Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Modeller's Corner. This was brought on by request by Mr. Thomas Biddle, who has joined us today.
Hello, peace and love.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome hang on a second. Modeller's Corner. Bugger me. Just hearing this freaking feedback again on the thing. Anyway, so tonight Tom joins us here on the chat here, as well as a good friend, Gavin Rose, otherwise known as Knuckles.
How you doing?
Okay, so we're going to be hanging about for about roughly 2 hours as before, and we'll see how we get on here. Just one thing I need to ask the chat here. I've just trying to sort out my microphone. Last time I've been using my internal microphone for all my recordings out there, so I just want to check with the group here or with the chat. Is my microphone breaking up at all? Just to make sure you guys can hear me clearly. Just wait for the chat to...
Nicholas Hilgert, hello. Matt Colby Productions. Ginger Percy.
Ginger Percy, hello.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Yes, it's fine. Good. So I think I solved the problem there. I mean, I tried trying to fix this problem before, which was I was trying to record some voices not there for a thing I was doing, but it kept break it up and so forth. So I thought to myself, maybe it's the mic or something. Wasn't that there? It turned out it was the computer. I needed to update it. So that was the simple thing I needed to do. So anyway, okay. So tonight in Models Corner, we're going to be working on some R&D models here. So Tom, what are you going to be working on tonight?
Well, I was going to do some more on Annie. Well, I've lost basically what I'm going to do is put the whole body shell together, but I've lost the rear and front pieces that stick them together.
Right.
So I might, as I'm doing something else, I might have a quick look for it.
Okay. And Gavin, what are you going to do tonight for us?
I'm going to be finishing off the chassis on this. Added some detail and brake pads, etc. And maybe I'll make a wagon kit or something else. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Sounds good. And for me, at my end here, I was going to see maybe do something for Brass Engines, but I think it's probably best I keep all the models and stuff for that film all secret there. So instead, I'm going to be making something which is going to be something a bit close to what I mostly do, which is replicate the Reverend Awdry's models. And in this case, I'm going to be making a replica of the Reverend Awdry's model of Edward. And this one was a bit of a tough one to find because I was trying to look everywhere for an original K's Model Railway 2P kit. And I managed to find one at a model railway show, and my dad bought me it there as a wee gift there. So kudos to him for giving me that. So I've recently stripped it off stripped off the old paintwork that was on it there, and primed it up in black primer. So it's all set and ready to go here. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. So, folks in the chat, feel free to ask us any questions you want, and we'll probably just do a wee bit of banter here and there whilst we work away on our models. So,
can I give a quick shout out?
Yep, go ahead, Tom.
Well, special thank you to Nick, the real true man, who made a vintage Thomas Tank base. It looks quite similar to the very early Hornby Thomas face that came out when they first started making them in 1985.
Oh, was that the face that
you made one
for? Oh, right.
Yeah, and he scaled it up and made it for me. For fuck's sake.
Language.
Sorry, guys. You guys are under 13, yeah?
I don't know.
Over 13.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Great this.
Yeah.
But yeah. So big thank you to Nick for making that for me.
I know it. But it does look good there. It looked good there when it's all painted up there.
Yeah. Well, you've already made one, haven't you? You're the one.
I do have the. I do have.
You actually showed. It's thanks to you who actually put me in the right direction.
Yeah, because I do have the face somewhere. It's somewhere in the workshop there, but I can't remember where I left it there. So it's somewhere. It's somewhere in the workshop there, but I'll have to source out somewhere.
It just means that if I use the art mechanism, I can't use that face.
Yeah.
Give me some. I guess in headphones. Because when reading on the album, some bars are open.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know, Gavin's been having a bit of issue with some echoing on his end there. So
he lives in a cave.
Well, apparently, according to Tom, he lives in a cave, but
I've been to his house.
So yeah.
I've seen his layout in the attic.
Oh, the original Trolls one.
I nearly fell through the hatch. Yeah.
Oh god. So anyway, crack on with this then. So I'll do a tender first here because it's the easiest one to work on. How's your week been, Tom?
Sorry.
How's your week been?
It's been okay. It's been a bit mixed and match, but what do you expect, really? How about you?
Can't complain. I was doing a bit more work on brass engines there with automatics and sorting out more props here and there. So
You can eat these.
what are they? What was that?
They're like, what's this? No, you know, in parcels, you get these like little foam.
What? You actually eat those?
You can if you want to, but they're not toxic.
What? So did you actually just eat that one?
Yeah.
Dude, man, that's so messed up.
I learned that from working in station cameras in Reading.
Okay, so you learn new things every day.
We put up a sort of a certificate or something just to say that I'm not responsible if anybody dies by eating these.
Okay. So just to point out, just to make sure, just in case anybody's thinking about doing it here, just don't, guys. Tom is mad enough to eat those, so just.
I've seen Gabby worse.
Well.
Anyway, sorry, unprofessional guys, sorry. I'll be a bit fun here.
Right.
I can incorporate that. Packing peanuts are delicious. Thank you for making.
Packing peanuts. My God.
Have you ever heard of restore any turtles before?
Have I restored any turtles?
Have you ever had to restore any? Sorry, right, okay.
No, I haven't actually tried that before. It's I never really wanted to restore my old turtles when I was getting into modeling that there because they were like my childhood toys not there. So, but yeah, I never really done that sort of thing. So, just in case the chat's wondering which color paint I'm using here, it's Humbrol 109, which is called World War I Blue. So,
hello, Aiden. All right.
So
that's how I use for Thomas, right?
yeah, I use this paint for Thomas because it kind of makes him look more like the John T. Kelly illustrations in a way, and it just has that right sort of that vintage shade I'm after. So
Okay, so not the varnish colour that the original Edward had.
well, yeah, but that was just the reason why he's that color is just because the varnish has just gotten older over the years.
Can I be a pain cards?
Go for it.
You are anyway.
Well, Tom's case.
Sometimes you can probably try and give difference. I've just put mine in but it says sometimes some people have the headphones to reduce it. Will you let's try it?
No, I can't, man. I've got a headphone.
My headphones are.
Right, I'm going to try and find these pieces quick. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
If not, I'll just work on Thomas's cab.
Okay. If you want, Gav, I can quickly rush over and get my headphones if you want.
Just a second, can you try it? See how it sounds.
See how it sounds. Yeah, okay.
Just
just give me a wee sec here. Sorry, guys. We just need to pause this here for a wee sec here. I'll just turn my mic off for a wee sec here.
Shall I keep talking?
Yeah, you carry on there, mate.
Okay, guys. So while Knucklehead's trying to get his headphones working, this is the bits for Thomas. These are the coach. So the cab sides. What I was planning on doing was because I'm going to need to get some space. I'm going to need some space to get into the back of his cab where the battery pack's going to be, because it's going to be radio controlled, I'm going to have it detachable. So I've already done one side with so what I'm basically doing is the bead around the window. So I've done one so far. I don't know if you can see that. And I don't know if anyone can see my screen either. Well, anyway, here we are. So I just got to do this one, and then I need to put the circle beading around both the windows, and then I can solder the pieces together to make the cab box. And yes, we'll have a very Hornby looking Thomas tank here, hopefully. There you go. Okay, guys, so can any of you hear me?
Well, I can with an echo. Obviously.
Well, I just wondered, because no one can actually see my screen. They're mostly looking at yours, and you're trying to fix your microphone.
I'm just waiting for Monica to do the headphones. And if he tries, I can see how it sounds. And they put some on, I can put the headphones on mine.
I can hear you, Tom. Thanks.
Hopefully. Okay, but as it is at the moment, it's seriously doing my head in.
All I'm saying is that you guys are trying to fix sort the microphone out, and I'm sort of doing stuff, and only people can only see can only just about see the little tiny screen at the bottom.
Well, anyway, the chassis, what we're going to do now, we'll just drill some holes in the sandbox, then put some rods in.
That's
We'll sort of get some more lead fashion.
So if you painted the wheels?
Not yet.
Okay.
Tend to hand paint them after.
Because what a lot of people tend to do is they tend to paint the wheels and don't paint the chassis before.
Yeah, that's probably the most sensible way of doing it. I've just never done it.
I think it's best to have it all paint. I prefer spray paint, so I'm not really into hand paint stuff, really.
The spray painting, you paint the mast and tyres over and scrub it off.
Well, here's the Thomas wheels of my Thomas, so we're both working on one, funny enough. And for you guys to know, me and Gav are painting our Thomases in the same colour.
Alright, that's me back, guys. Sorry about
That's fine.
that. Is that any better, Gav? I just put my headphones on here, so...
Yeah, but let me stick mine in as well.
Right, Tom, I'm guessing the seam won't be too noticeable then. Which seam do you mean, Nick? I mean on the windows?
Right, speak.
Hello?
Right, it's almost cured it.
Oh, that's good.
Right, now it's working.
This is like a bit of an echo, but I can work with that.
Okay, no worries.
Right, appreciate it.
No, it's alright.
Right, carry on now. Stress levels down.
Oh,
Now that's my big fat tomato.
the cab windows.
Ooh.
It shouldn't be, no, because
Bring it on, bring that tomato on again, Gav. Let's show everyone it. Let's show everyone see that tomato.
Yep, just come back. That one.
right. So sorry, Nicholas. Yeah. It shouldn't be, no, because what I try and do is, you sold most of the solders on the back. And the idea is that it will sink through onto the display side, and then I just file off the excess, so it looks a bit smoother. That answers your question. I'd say to DQNZC, use what you're most comfortable with. I mean, I've been doing brass for about 9 years. 9 years now, so that's why I'm more so comfortable with it. Question for Tom: do you still have your 00? No, I don't have it actually. Sadly, it was
So I remember your old 00 layout because you used to make some Thomas videos on it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was thrown away so my parents could put a gym in the garage, and they don't use it.
Oh, my house. You still got the headphones in?
Yeah, I still got headphones in. Yeah.
It's come back.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
I do miss that layout a lot. Actually, it was a nice excuse just to go outside, really, because it was in the garage.
Yeah.
I have the door open. But I've still got most of the stock I used to have in the the stuff. Yeah, actually, I did sell my Hornby Oliver a couple of years ago, and I was amazed how much it went for. It went for about 150 quid on eBay. Okay.
If you look at the prices now of Murdoch and Spencer, they've like 400 at least.
Wow.
I've got a home for Spencer. It's in good nick, but it's not in the actual case. I don't really want to sell it.
Yeah.
What I might do one day is actually make a super detailed version, then sell it, but I don't know yet.
Will you paint the wheels the correct colour?
I ain't done nothing to it, it's just as it is.
No, would you though? If you were to make your own Spencer.
That's what I'm saying. If we're going to sell that, I'll just make a fresh one.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't feel so bad about selling it.
Okay, so from DQN said, well, I've no experience with either, so it's a fresh start for both materials. Yeah, I mean, also just remember that even if you make a Thomas, it doesn't have to be your final product. You can make as many variations as you want. I mean, for example, Gav's made how many Gordons?
Enough.
Enough.
Yeah.
And he's still not happy with it.
Well, I don't count them.
Oh, you're not.
Well, okay, maybe not.
But yeah, I mean, just, you know, it's all a learning curve or process. So, you know, I mean, you could be making, I mean, I was thinking about making another Thomas after this, you know.
Really?
Well, I need to make another one after this.
Well, I want to make one that kind of, that's a bit similar to the Debt with Thomas ones, maybe. Just for fun.
Or like the Neen Valley one?
Not, something like that, yeah. But, I mean, what the one that I used to see was the one they use at the Buckinghamshire Railway sometimes. It's got like a gaping hole where the splasher should be.
Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, it's hard. I can't. It's what was it called? I thought it was called, yeah. But no, basically there's a series of kits on in O-Gauge called, I can't remember how you pronounce it. Awdry. Start again. Well, basically they make a lot of dockyard quarry style tank engines.
Aganoria.
Aganoria, yeah, that's right. And I've always wanted to make one of those into like a sort of custom Thomas or something, or maybe even make a Percy from one of them, because they do all sorts, which is quite good if you're a modeler, because then it means you've got more variety of things to model and things to make, rather than if you're doing like SR, it's got to be green, it's got to be BR black or whatever. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or if you're just making austerities, they could be any color you want. Another question for Tom. When you finished your Thomas, what do you have planned for it? At the moment, just I hope to take it to some exhibitions. Because my club, they do O-Gauge, and that's the reason why I got into it. And I quite like the idea of having a Thomas because it meant that I could have something that perhaps worked the way it did on television, and also because no one else has made one, for obvious reasons, because they think it's a kids program. Well, it's a kids program. It is a kids program, but basically, I might make some films. I might not. We'll see. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got planned for mine. At the moment, it's just kind of, I've had this idea since I was 19, so I'm kind of just trying to fulfill it now. Because things like Thomas and things like trains, it doesn't matter how many times you try to shift it, it's a bug, I think. Is that right, guys?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what happens in your life, you do find yourself coming back to it at some point.
Shit.
Like, even if you got a girlfriend, you think about trying to run away from the hobby, then you start thinking about wagons or coaches and liquid flux and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Am I talking about? Is that? Oh.
Yeah, you're talking about it, yeah.
It sounds like I'm gibbering, but okay.
No.
You are not wrong.
So they do it like it's.
I've seen the Strasbourg Thomas twice. That one's pretty good, yeah. Do you mean the one that's got the outside cylinders? Or the large scale TV one?
I think I recently heard the Strasbourg one, which recently had a repaint.
Oh, that's the one that has that's the one that doesn't have outside cylinders. That's the TV. Definitely a cycle.
No, it's the one with the outside cylinders.
It's definitely a cycle. I always come back even after years away. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I mean, you think of Rod Stewart. I reckon even when he's playing music, he's thinking, "Ooh, brake fans."
Well, in his term, it's cabooses, isn't it?
Or cabooses, yeah. But he's British. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. But then, have you seen his layout though?
Which one?
Well, I thought he has like one giant one that he takes with him on his tours.
I think I don't know if he. I haven't seen that one. No, I always thought he just.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think nobody's actually seen it though. I think he doesn't allow the press to actually see it because I don't know. Maybe it's just for those who he invites over to see.
Yeah.
But is it true though? Is it true that he actually buys a hotel room just so he can put the layout in it? Just so he has a hotel room, just so he can store this layout in it.
That would, if he did, I think that would.
But is that true though? Because I heard somebody say that though. I wasn't sure if that was true or not.
I'm not sure myself, but it's not. I don't think it's uncommon. It's not. It doesn't sound like something that's uncommon now.
Yeah.
It's like something that's quite.
But then again, when you hear like Pete Waterman, he would say like he would invite some rock bands that he's like being the manager for back to his place to run his O'Gaze layout.
Yeah.
And within about 5 seconds of saying that, they're literally they're actually engulfed in playing with model trains. And so when they go back to the hotel and that they just end up like building a layout.
Yeah, that does sound quite.
Like
we should do that on a Tugs event. Just if we stay in a travel lodge, just like rent another room, and I can just put the train, get my track out.
I wouldn't mind doing that actually, but then I don't know whether I can get it through customs or not. Actually, to be honest, here's a funny story, guys. I actually did get pulled over in customs for I had to get my bag searched, and it was the bag that I was actually storing all my model trains in. It was just after the first ever Tugs event I went to back in August.
Yeah.
And I was asked by Douglas Roberts to bring along a live steam engine with me because he found out I have a little like Mamod based engine, and he asked me to bring it with me when I'm coming down because they have a Garden Railway at Butterley Station, which looks really good. And so Well, unfortunately, Doug was had suddenly taken ill during that day, so we weren't able to do any steam running. Plus, the weather wasn't on our side during that time as well, so it was constantly raining all the time. So anyway, after the tugs event, I came back through the airport there and went through security out there, and my bag with my model engine of my little live steam engine, and plus some of my Thomas models as well, because me and Gavin had arranged to meet up there as well, because they have a model railway in Budley Station, and we spent most of the day running our trains there. And so that bag gets taken over by a security thing and had to be searched. And the guy was saying, he says, "Sorry, mate, we had to take this bag. We had to take your bag there because we told there's probably some suspicious objects in that there, and we just want to check over." And I says, "Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead." He says, "Can you tell me what's in the bag here?" And I says, "It's a live steam engine." He says, "What?" I says, "It's a live steam engine. I was asked to bring it over for a friend of mine because there's a garden railway thing at the place that I had to go and visit." And he looked at me as if he didn't believe me out there. And I says, "If you want, I can open it up for you and show it to you." And that's what I did. And his reaction when he saw the engine, he was like, "Okay, this is the best thing I've ever seen in a bag search." This is what his words were.
Oh.
Yeah. He says, "I did not expect to see that." He says, he was all like firing questions. He says, he says, "Is it actual live steam? Does it run on?" Oh, Gavin's gone.
Gavin's gone.
Oh, Gavin's gone. But he said, like, is it powered by coal out there? And I says, no, it's powered by methylated spirits out there. And he says, did you have it running that weekend? And I says, no, I'm sorry, unfortunately we didn't. There wasn't. It wasn't possible because the weather wasn't good for us that day. And he's like, "Oh, that's fair dues. But he gave it he gave it all a look over and out there, and he says, "Yeah, it's all good. You can go ahead there." And he says, "Have a good flight out there." And he says, before he left, he said, he says, "Carry on with that hobby there. It looks pretty awesome." He says, my uncle had one of these here, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. So yeah.
Wow, that's a really good story.
Yeah. Just want to see what's up with Gav here. See where he's going to.
I've got drawings for a large scale. Well, it's 5-inch. It's not like the one you do. But I mean, I always find with the certain gauges you do, they all tend to kind of stay the same. It looks. I'm kind of. I personally prefer the standard gauge looking locos towards a narrow gauge, and that's what a lot of the live steam train in the scale you do just seem to be, really.
Hmm.
Could say a lot clearer. Yeah, but you're literally a guy of all scales, really. So is Gav. You got double O, you got G scale, you got. Do you feel like you're doing too much, or
What of modelling?
what I mean because you're doing more than one scale?
Well, it's more. I find it more interesting just to try and try different things and to see what I think works best. Really, not when I say works best, but like what I think. What do I get more enjoyment out of? Really.
Fair enough. Oh, that's fair enough.
I'm just gonna try and see if I can get Gavin back in here.
Right, I've just burnt a hair on my soldering iron. Okay, guys, this is not as easy as it looks. Also, I keep burning my fingers. So, if you are interested in doing brass, and if you play guitar, you might feel the same in terms of fingertips being burned or. Okay.
Right, just gonna have a look for the chat here. There was a question I saw somebody had asked me. Right, Max's hobby production is question for White House. Will the Pico chassis fit underneath a Lionel 2001 G scale Thomas?
It did smell awful, Nick. Yeah.
I don't know actually. I do have a Lionel Thomas actually, but probably I say it could though, but I don't think it will make the eyes move again.
No. So we've been up to this week, Mike.
Just busy doing this and that there. Sorry, hang on, just reading here what Gavin's saying here. Right. Oh, Gavin can't get in here.
Right. Stay. I'm sorry you guys can't see what I'm doing. Sometimes, oops. Sometimes this hobby gets really tricky. As a lot of you probably know. So did any of you guys listen to the podcast last night with some of us from Sith? Sorry,
I did.
what do you think?
Very good.
Yeah, I sort of missed it, and I had to do my recording the next day because I had to. Funny enough, I had to go to a premiere.
Right.
Because I do filmmaking in my spare as another side job, and the film that I was in was being premiered on exactly the same time as the podcast. So I got up this morning, but getting ready to sort of think about what kind of question, my answers for the what Ryan's going to ask me, and then I get a Facebook reminder saying you've got this event coming, and I was like, oh, because I had to go to this premiere and do exactly the same thing and answer people's questions. So that was tedious. Okay.
Right, apparently something's up here with... Somehow Google Hangouts has kicked Gavin out for some reason, and then they can't let him back in. I don't know why. Has this ever happened before to you guys in the chat? Like if you're in like a Hangout call out there and it just kicks you out.
Alright, for some reason I can't get this to stick. So what do you think looks better? Someone's having brass windows or yellow?
I'd say brass.
I'm a bit in between the two at the moment. One, because I like brass too, and two, because I would like him to have a nice Thomas look.
The chat's voting for brass there.
I'm sorry?
The chat's voting for brass there.
Yeah, Yeah, just so you guys know, the brass models on TV were actually probably done a lot smoother and nicer than how I'm doing it. It's because they probably had more skills and experience than I do. And I've been doing this for nearly, like, what, 9 years. But once cleared up, it looks it does look nicer. It's more presentable. I just wish I could get the bloody...
Oh, for crying out loud. This thing isn't working again for Gavin here.
Is he messaging you? Or...
Aye. It's not working. He's trying... Basically, the problem is that he's trying to get back into the room here, but Google Hangouts has blocked him out of it.
Okay. There's not something you've done, or... No,
no, I haven't done it. I haven't done anything there. It's totally done on... Maybe it's the settings here.
Yellow, definitely brass. Yellow looks like a toy. Okay, interesting. So, do you prefer Thomas with a gold or yellow number 1?
That's gonna be a hard one. I'd say maybe a yellow one.
Because I got transfers for a number 1, but they're white. So basically, it's like it's got the red stroke around the shape of it, but it's not been coloured in. So I was going to colour it in once I put them on, Thomas. But obviously, I got to try and decide: do I want it yellow? Do I want it gold? Yeah, chance too much modelling. Besides tonight, Mike.
Hmm?
Have you had a chance to do a lot of modelling this week, or?
I was working on a project there for someone else, but I was just I spent an evening there working on the electrics for Farquhar Mark II. So I've got the controller hooked up and tracks all wired up there, so it's all running now. So I just need to get the point motors all installed, and then I can sort out the next stage of it.
If it has lining, I think yellow should be better. That's for the number 1. Okay. Okay. The station pilot says, I'm real worried about that Thomas, the cool props Thomas replica, because I'm worrying the Gauge 1 modelers may not appear as special and talented because when it comes out, everyone will have one. Well, it's your choice if you want to buy it. I mean, I can't think because I mean a lot of people tend to use even in Awdry they tend to use the large scale Earth Thomas anyway. They don't tend to kind of do like I'm doing here, which is building it from a kit. Actually, although I've met somebody on the forum who's made an Awdry Thomas, and his is kind of it looks exactly like the Hornby Thomas, where it's got the blue footplate. Yeah. So I think it's purely just down to it's all down to what you want to do. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, as far as I know, I think it's just a static prop. It doesn't. I don't think it works or anything. I mean, let's face it, I can't even read any of it. It's all in Japanese.
Oh, is that Japanese blogger who's done that Ace Models kit of Thomas of the E2?
I've seen his Awdry layout actually. It's really good. You know, it's not just Thomas he's got an Awdry Spencer as well. He's got Mavis.
But there's not like somebody else. He has a YouTube channel by the name of. Oh.
Who the hell was that?
Fucking hell!
Hey, he's back at long last.
Say what piss about.
We're having
Ah.
fun about you.
Every time I
Hey.
try to click on it, it goes, oh yeah, you're not allowed. So I click on again, click the terms of user agreement bollocks. Just click it again. No, you're not allowed. So what? I mean, not
Oh.
allowed.
Oh, great. Thank God. Thank God.
And at the
Thank
moment,
God
the
you're
echo's
back.
gone. But how long for? Ooh, don't know.
Oh, dear.
So I had to change my accounts to a different Google account, which ain't the one you went to initially, and try to join through that one, and that let me. So it's like, what's the difference? It let me before. I don't get it.
It's so weird.
And
That's so weird.
within the 21st century, guys, so if technology can't work that easily, it's crap. That's my viewpoint. It's not user-friendly, it's shit.
Well, it's 21st century and we're still using toilet paper.
And all the echoes are gone. Thank goodness. Now I can be happy. Yay! Give me a
Yay!
yay. Go on, everybody. Yay. Humour me. Let's get the tomato out. Yay!
It's a big-ass tomato.
Right, back to freaking bottling. I can join in properly now.
Yes, let's enjoy
What
ourselves.
the fuck that was.
We're getting
Apologies,
better.
everybody.
You've had a few questions, Gav.
Go on then. Reel them off.
Can you not read them?
Tom,
Hang on,
you fire the
Got
questions
PC,
out.
let me just-
Right, well, question for Knuckles by Max Hobbies Productions.
Captain Roll seems happy. Hello.
Have you tried Plastruct plastic weld for gluing 3D printed components together instead of super glue?
Not yet. I will try it, but I don't think it would work because plastic weld or butanone or mech pack is typically for styrene.
Yeah, I've tried. I could probably answer that. I've tried it before. It doesn't really work that well, really. But
Yeah.
maybe
That's all right.
maybe on certain things, maybe it does work. I don't know.
I do have some advice for everybody though. If you do like to use liquid glues, like I said, such as butanone or mech pack, instead of buying them in little things like this, which are usually typically 6 to 8 quid, if you're going to get lots of them, if you're going to use it a lot, rather, buy one of these.
Ooh.
Okay, it's like nearly 30 quid, but if you do the maths on the cubic litre volume, whatever,
Is it stuck to the tray?
It's blue tack to the tray, so it doesn't
Oh.
topple over.
yeah, that one is, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I've done as well, but I haven't. I've
Yeah.
actually just blue tacked to the board.
The same for this. Don't buy your humble thinners. Get one of these. H&M. Basically £10 almost. And you got half a litre. Whereas when you buy these things, you pay through the nose for like not much.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
That's advice for you. Use them.
Okay, that's actually what I've done.
Yeah, good.
Well, no. I mean,
I've went and bought like sorry, I keep mistaking my microphone for the webcam. I went and bought like these are the thinners I've currently got. They're like the Tamiya ones. I've not tried it yet, but I'm going to at some stage.
I use the little pot ones.
Aye, but you can also get like ones that are called Mr. Hobby as well, which are like these ones here. There you go. So I was going to be honest. I was going to use these here for Daisy because they kind of roughly match. They kind of roughly match the.
I'll just see
very
the chat.
nice.
About the old models, I still got them. They're just basically in the loft. I don't use them often because obviously you decided to make my own. Of course, the better. Yes. Paintwork's a bit rough on this one, but that was my fault.
Yeah.
Cocked up the varnish. If anybody knows, trying to varnish stuff without making the balls up isn't always the easiest thing. Right, I'm going to now add the balance weights, or at least a couple of them. Printed these today on the Robox, not resin.
I must remember to put in the description here the the warning that may be swearing.
Yeah, apologies.
No worries.
I need to get a picture of the E2 to find out where exactly to put those weights.
Well, I've got the drawings on my dashboard here. Dashboard? My
I've got them on
corkboard.
my PC here. So it seems like on the centre wheel, it's like to the right of the crank pin, kind of, if it's bottom dead centre. I probably want a spoke, possibly.
Mm.
Let's just spin it round a minute. I do.
I'm just going to adjust my camera here for a sec because it's not really showing much of my end here. Come on, up again.
seems that it's not sort of there, but it's more there, kind of.
ABS is Lego.
I'm gonna file that.
I think it means like it's like this. It's kind of like the same plastic they use, like they make Lego out of.
So, is anyone going to the Reading exhibition at Rivermead on the 11th of May? The O-Gauge exhibition?
No.
Are we going there? And I think Pete Waterman might be there as well.
Cool.
Met him before a couple of years ago with Dave and Sean and Doug. It was actually it was weird because he was sat behind a desk, behind a stand, sorry, and he was like just had a couple of his models on display, and I was really surprised. I was expecting, you know, because it's Pete Waterman, you sort of think there'd be like a huge crowd around him.
Yeah.
I've seen him at the O-Gauge.
It's not just Pete Waterman's not just the trained celebrity. He's also you know, he's the founder. He's the guy who started off Kylie Minogue and Cheryl Cole.
Last time I saw Pete
And
Waterman,
Rick Astley.
he was whinging.
Rick Astley, all that kind of thing. Rick Astley's the guy, never gonna give you up.
Yeah, I think we know who Rick Astley is.
No, but a lot of
Not
guys,
all,
never gonna let you down.
Yeah, when I saw Pete Waterman at Gildex last, he was whinging because the modern ready to run companies have obviously been bringing out ready to run O-Gauge. And it was harming his sort of business as it does. And he was just having a proper whinge at someone about it, just having a conversation. I thought it was quite funny. Wasn't happy.
Yeah, I don't know why whinging and moaning is actually quite funny in some stories.
Whinging and moaning is always funny.
Yeah, if you like Carl Pilkington, that he's hysterical.
Yeah, he's mastered it, he has.
Yeah.
I'll get a set of Pilco pants.
Right, Captain Rules there. Just ask Gavin here. You thinking about getting one of those Rapido J70 trams, or are you gonna simply make your own?
I'm sort of like torn between the opinion because every time I see one, I keep pining for it. It's like I want one, and then I look at the price. It's like 130 quid, and I'm like, maybe I'll just get a, I don't know, 2A rail or I don't know, another kit.
What's this? Anyone in the EU just got arrested due to copyright?
Sorry?
Is that for Thomas, or is that anyone in the EU just got arrested for copyright? No, due to copyright. Yes, I'm in prison doing this right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm somewhere on the offshore of New York, really. They just made a very good replica of my house, of my workshop. But
Mike's got 2 hotel rooms. One's his modelling where he's doing it right now, and one's where he sleeps.
yeah. Though funny, I actually got hit by 3 copyright strikes, which was due to like for 3 videos I did, but it was all for the one music track, which when I checked to see which one it was a royalty-free track that I used, and they said to me, "Oh, the artist here is calling you out here because this is his music here and you're using it, and you should take it down." But I was like, "But hang on a second here. When I downloaded this track here, it was under royalty. It was on a royalty-free site net there, and I was like, but how can it be copyrighted? So I checked up the artist to say, like, okay, what's the song here? Okay, where is it from? It was released. The song that I've been sued for was released in January 2019, this year.
Right.
And this is for videos that came out 3 years before. Seriously.
So the copyright came out 3 years later after you made the video.
Yeah. And I'm getting the strikes for that. So I sent a message to him. I says, why am I getting sued for a music track, which at the when I was down there, it was under royalty free act. It's just like you can't. It's royalty free.
That's the point of downloading it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy just suddenly went on strike and was like, "Actually, yeah, I want some money for this." I don't know.
Apologies if my stream's sending people to sleep. Gotta get
You
to
just
fit.
start talking, Gav.
Nothing to say. I'm filing balance weights. I mean, how boring. But it's got to be done.
That's a first.
Well.
You nothing to say.
I've usually got something to say. But
Yes, you do.
I don't know. Start asking me questions, people.
Okay.
Might say something. I'll show you.
I do have one. I do have one question for you, but I don't know if anybody would want me to say it or not.
I don't care. Just ask it.
Do it. Do it.
Right, Tom might know what I'm on about, but I think everybody else will know. But I have to do it. I have to do it in this voice. So, Gav, tell me about how's your sex life?
Sort of voice that's supposed to be.
If you don't know what I mean, Gav, it's a quote from a very bad, a very bad but very good film called The Room.
The Room.
Yeah.
Oh, I still haven't watched that actually.
You haven't watched it?
I know the quote, but I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Oh, mate, you have to watch it.
Everyone.
Professor Vengeance actually, Stephen McGregor, he invited me back to his hotel room with a few of my friends there, and we actually sat down and watched The Room.
Oh yeah.
And I think me and Steve were probably pissed out of our minds really because we had a few drinks earlier on there, and so we were him and I were literally rolling about in the room, laughing our heads off, and all the way like all the scenes with Tommy Wiseau, and we were all like quoting all the scenes.
Yeah.
And whilst the other guys some of the guys had never seen The Room before, and they were just sitting there looking at us, and what are they laughing about? I was like, but it's because of this here, and he's saying this here, and all that other stuff. But it's the way how it's acted. We actually, and after a while, they started to say like, oh right, okay, now we get it. Nice.
I haven't laughed at something like that in ages.
Oh mate. So we got to.
I think the thing that made me laugh the most was, has anyone seen Afterlife with Ricky Gervais?
Oh, is that the one where he sees the ghosts and he starts?
No, that's
Oh, that's Ghost Time.
I'm talking about the new comedy that came out, I think, a couple of months ago, where he plays a widowed man.
All right.
And it's quite good. If you haven't watched it, it's quite funny. I'd advise watch it because I don't know how he got away with it, but he called like this little kid a cunt.
Oh.
He called he called this little boy a fat little ginger cunt, something like that.
Sorry.
Adam Hamilton /Henry Blue just asked me, why do I smell? How the hell do you smell through the bloody airwaves? That's what I want to know. He's not on the chat, by the way.
All right. I was just looking back there saying, what's that?
Anybody watched Final Space?
No.
Okay. Anybody on the chat watched Final Space?
I've heard of it though, but I haven't seen it.
It's very good. It's like Rick and Morty, but more. It's got a
Oh, I've seen Rick and Morty. That's good.
yeah. Gee, Morty.
I'm going to butt in this. Adam says
I'm
hi, by
Pickle
the way.
Rick.
Oh, hello, Adam.
Formerly Henry Blue. Well, I don't call him that now because he whinges. Don't you, mate? Yes.
Oh, is Adam here?
Well, he's not on the chat. He's on my messenger.
Oh.
Get him in here then.
I don't know how to get him in here. Yeah, get online, Adam. You know how to do it. Watch House Films channel. Click it, and you can.
Is he making something?
No. Get him in the call. Get him in the chat. I want him in the Hangouts. Come on. Ask him if he wants to get in the Hangouts.
Yeah. Get in the hangout. He wants you in the hangout.
Right, everyone in the chat there. Do you want Henry Blue to come in or Adam to come in? This is gonna be a big nostalgia trick now because I haven't spoken to Adam.
Get here. Get on.
Right, hang on a sec. Where is he?
He's probably too pissed. Too much of that Captain Morgan's rum, isn't it, mate?
Oh, yeah, because this is what.
Are you drinking or what, man?
Right. Can he hear me all right, or is he?
Oh, you can hear you all right.
Oh, bugger. Right, Adam, send me a message here on Facebook here, and I'll send you the link.
We're a bit busy.
Oh, come on, mate.
Like to, but
All that hype for nothing. Oh.
See, he's
Ruined it,
maybe
Adam.
he's
I
too.
was going to go out fun enough to drink some Captain Morgan's. Oh well, it's not a surprise.
I suppose.
It's probably what you arranged it with people.
Oh well. Anyway, talking of which, here, you just remind me. I need to crack open some drink as well here. I bought this. It's been a while since I tried this. I really want to. I want to try the raspberry version. Yeah, but I've never got around to it.
Anyone tried mango cider?
Now, I've seen Doug post something about that. I really want to try that.
It's the most refreshing beverage I've ever had. If I'm honest.
I really want to try that.
It's lovely. I had it when we were watching the football last year.
All right. Oh yeah. But, speaking of football, there what was it? Is it Sean Long or something, or whatever his name was?
Right.
Had made that fast goal there during the week.
Oh yeah.
Like roughly 7 seconds into the match there, and he scored the goal.
All right. If only they did that during the England game. The England game. We were so close.
I mean, to be honest, I actually don't watch football though. But when I saw the news, I was like, "Well, I have to see this."
Yeah, I'm like that. You know, I'm kind of. I watch. I'm fair to play it really, and but I do watch it. I do watch it sometimes. It's not.
Yeah.
I can't always like. I do try to get into it, but it's difficult. I think the interest in football is the same as trains. It's like there's a bug.
Yeah.
If I got the position slightly wrong, tough. This is a bit awkward. Would help if we bought some extra ones, but I don't know where to get them from. So.
What super glue are you using there, Gav?
This one, I'll show you in a sec.
Right, so I've done it.
What have you done?
I finished soldering the other part of Thomas's cab side.
Oh, let's have a look.
Never again. Right, now just got to file down the good bit, and the display bit.
I was trying this week there to try and start a new. I don't know. I don't think it was a craze or anything there, but I wanted to try something a bit new there, and I thought I might as well have a go try and play the guitar. Because one of my uncles left his guitar with us there, and so I thought it's not being used. So I thought I might as well give it try it out.
I was going to say the bag searching story. Angry Welshman. I love that guy. He's hilarious. I met some of the other guys I think he worked with on there's a series of episodes he did called Trains on Andy's Shelf.
Trains on Andy's Shelf.
Where basically it's like just random sketches with all different models on his layout. So one episode is Panniers, then it's Battle of Britain, and then it's
Oh, is that not like Gary the Steam Train?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember watching those. Yeah.
Quite
Yeah,
hilarious.
very cool.
Someone just asked me about my Edward. I've actually had an Edward in the works for probably about 2 or 3 years, but it's been on hold whilst I've been designing new stuff. I made the bodies and almost completely finished painting them. And,
There's no point really because I feel like everyone's made them.
Until I do the chassis. And
I feel like everyone else has made theirs, and it's kind of like, oh, now we'll just wait for Gav to catch up, you know.
Well, that's the strange thing. I mean, obviously over the years, as you know, I've been making my own engines, bashing Hornby things up and making the odd brass kit and that.
Yeah, you were going to modify T9, weren't you, originally?
I was initially, yeah. I mean, just baby history lesson. The whole thing with Sparks of Customer Creations, initially, it started off in some ways because of Henry Blue, Adam. You can thank him in some ways because my initial idea was to get a kit of a what do you call it? A Southern H2, London Brighton South Coast H2.
All right.
And I was going to bash that into a Henry, then try and make a mould and cast of it and sell them. And Adam pestered me. He's like, no, do 3D printing. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. He pestered me. He started to teach me online some little bits. He started me off, so I'm grateful for that. And that's how it all started, really. So obviously, in the early days, You know, I'll paint things in proper liveries like that, as you've seen on the videos before.
Oh, very nice.
This is a Worcester one. Okay. And I didn't paint anything in any Railway Series livery because it's like I can't sell Thomas stuff or Railway Series stuff because obviously copyright issues and licenses and all that stuff. But you obviously can design your own stuff and sell them. So, you know, give it my own name, paint it my own colour. So basically, I've been waiting for people to make the Railway Series colours themselves if they want to. And then when I catch up, if anybody ever whinges at me, I can sort of point and say, well, look, I didn't do it first. Just covering my ass, really. So anyway, this is a Shapeways FUD model.
Wow.
That's been in the works for donkey's years. Bow pen lined, brush lined, and that's bow pen lined as well.
Is that using the east, or was it the southeast? No, the network rail blue.
Yeah, this is before I've varnished it. This is the older version of this particular model, though, because
which varnish did you use?
It doesn't look like that anymore. I've updated the back end, so that's basically the first version. And I've got 3D prints on my photon here. It's a failed print, so there's some problems with it. But if you compare the back, you see the detail is very different.
Yeah.
Same for the front piece here, the cylinder cover. If you can tell or not.
I was going to say, you could probably modify that there, make that the exploit version of Edward.
Steps didn't turn out.
Oh yeah, have you fixed your James yet?
I ain't done it yet. But anyway,
the one that's like
that's
you said
ready.
it was a class 28. It's not one.
I've got another one. Yes.
What, you made two?
Before.
Ah.
See, I would love to make that an O gauge, but you won't give me the measurements to do it.
But sure, has Gavin not got 7mm versions?
What are these?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on Shapeways. I can't print a 7mm version because the printer isn't big enough. But
What I meant was, I was going to try and make one from brass, and what I was going to ask you to do was measure the pieces so I could. So I could just, you know, draw them and then.
Point you to a scale drawing.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah.
I've got scale drawings I can throw you across.
Okay. When 7mm.
Well, it don't matter. You just rescale it yourself.
That'd be awesome if you could, actually. Yeah.
I mean, I can't do it on paper because I don't have any. Well, I could do, but basically it's easy. If it says 4mm to foot on the scale, if you're going to print it on paper, just get a ruler out and make sure it says 4, it says 7. You know,
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I just go through. Is it a 4mm drawing though? Is yours? If it was a 4mm, I could just scale it from that.
The drawings doesn't say 4mm. It's just got real dimensions on it.
Right.
I've got about 4 different ones. Trial continuation. What can we expect? Well, like I said before, if you check out my YouTube page, you've got the community section, and there's a track plan there. That's what I'm thinking of doing. The loft progress it's been slowed down because we've had a leak for the past sort of half a year or so. I've not managed to get up there until recently because the other day my dad was on the roof plugging the roof. Well, I was up there. I don't know what he done really, but he's plugging the roof up anyway, so it's not leaking. So once we clean the rest of the loft out,
Good evening, Killen.
we can make some more progress, and then once that's done, hopefully we can start building something. But yeah, that plan is currently what I'm thinking. It's obviously subject to change. I've gone through more iterations than I can remember.
He certainly has, because I remember some late nights there. Was it last night? Was it last night or the night before? You actually texted me there and woke me. Okay, I think it was last night. Gavin actually messaged me and he said, like, I forgot what it was there, but he says to me, he just says, "Hey, I bet you want to have a quick chat for a second?" I was like, "Gav, I'm in bed right now," and you've literally just woke me up. Oh right, okay.
I didn't know you were in bed.
I was knackered. Like, I mean, why do you think it took a while for me to reply?
I didn't know it took a while to reply.
Because I was still adjusting my eyes.
This is so fiddly and boring.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Anybody in the chat, tell me, am I sending you to sleep with this? Because I don't blame you if I am.
to be honest, Gavin, apparently there's actually videos that people actually do this whole thing, and like it's kind of it's kind of a thing.
I know. I watch them myself.
What's it called, ASMR or something?
I like to be a
called.
bit more
Yes,
entertaining than demonstrate.
Yeah.
ASMR is designed to help you fall asleep.
It just started to remind me now. Do you remember? I was listening to the Soto stream the other night there, and somebody mentioned to Ryan about the fucking show's Vengeance.
Bastard!
Aye, but I heard Ryan cringe a wee bit when he heard that saying. He just went like, "Oh God." That episode, and I was thinking to myself, that was actually one of the funniest ones I remember when I first came across this. But anyway, it kind of reminded me of like when he said ASMR or whatever that thing's called. At the very start of it, there, I actually thought Ryan kind of did something a bit like that at the very start of it, like after after Caroline breaks down or something, and then it just cuts to him in his dining room, and he's saying something. I don't know what he said. He's all like whispering something out there, and then I think he then says "cut to credits" or something like that there. And next minute, this massive pounding rock music just blasts in, and it always catches me off guard because I used to remember turning the volume up on my computer. I'm putting my ears to the speaker, trying to hear what he's saying, quoting the old bean there. But
well, Ryan does mumble quite a lot. Not effectively.
So
like Soda Rail Car, for example. There's one bit where he goes, like, "If there's no controller on this thing, then the people won't be able to make it home." But he was saying it so fast, I had to slow it down.
Right.
And you still can't make out what he's saying.
I'm just worried now because he might be watching the stream, because I remember he liked the Twitter post about it earlier on. So I was like, "Oh, is he going to be watching this or not? I don't know."
Oh, no. I'm just talking about Soda Rail Car. He knows I'm joking anyway.
Oh, okay.
He knows I love him. Not like that. You know. Well, I've known him for like 14 years now, so that's like just over half my life. Most of my life now. Yeah.
Well, I've only met Ryan in person like a few times like that, just during my visits over like though. But I do remember we spent most of like the last Tugs visit there. Him and I were like constantly chatting about this and that. And he was every so often he did Daisy's voice for me for just a.
I'm a David, darling.
I'm a David, darling. But he says to me.
I was looking for that all night. Sorry, yeah, go. So carry on.
Yeah. So he says to me in Daisy's voice that day. He says in Daisy's voice. He says, "So Mr. Whitehouse, have you got round to making my model yet? I mean, have you made it all glamorous, like, you know?" And I just says, "Well, to tell you the truth, Daisy, the postman hasn't actually delivered the model yet in the post yet." And Ryan looks at me and he goes, "You effing bastard!" Excuse my language, guys, but yeah, like he just says that there, and I just, but I can't be helped. I can't be helped. He says, "You better get on the phone and just say to him, like, I mean, this is the star of the film, for heaven's sake." I want my model to arrive here on time, so we'll be able to start filming this summer. I said, well, I could try and I'll contact him later when I get home here and to see what's happening. Yeah, you bloody well better ring him and tell him now.
That one's set. I've just been checking the photograph.
Yeah, no worries. So
Station pilot.
Yeah.
He's thinking of making a 060, making a Thomas using the Hornby E2, kind of like what you've done.
yeah,
Mike. I'm not sure what paint to use.
right.
This one is what I'm using.
What show me go?
That's what I'm using.
This is my Thomas and Gordon type blue, Northwestern Railway blue. Well, it doesn't say that, but that's what it is now.
That's what I'm using.
Yeah. For me, I'm using Humbrol number 109 World War One blue. Though, if you want, somebody asked earlier on for like acrylic version. I think you can get acrylic version of Tamiya's sky blue. This is not really the sky blue one there, but it's like a water-based paint now there, so you can get like water. It's like an acrylic base there, so yeah, it's good. It's a good alternative. So that's how my Edward's getting on so far there with just getting this firebox painted up here. The tender's just getting dried up, getting dried now.
I was going to say, those transfers I've got,
Yeah.
the ones that I'm going to use for my Thomas, there's a couple that are quite small that might actually look good on 00.
All right.
So if anybody wants some for their Thomas, and all they've got to do is colour in the yellow, I can send them to him.
Back in 2 seconds.
No. I'm going to do whilst I'm doing a bit of work on this engine here, I might do some work on another engine.
Looks good, mate.
This one. Hey, it's a Choco Thomas.
Oh, hang on, I can't see.
A Choco Thomas.
Hey! I had that last year, and it's O gauge.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh.
Well, I used it on my track, it fit fine.
Well, his funnel is delicious.
Oh. You bum bag! That is on
Oh, hello. Who made the background music for the announcement of Bernstein Engine's movie? I can't say. I can't say that guy. I can't reveal what it is. Probably is the reason why is because I want their name to be a surprise, really.
Ta-da!
Mainly because the composer actually approached me.
Biscuits!
Eh?
Yeah, bread, actually. Soda breads.
Soda bread, look at that. Hi. If you want to make your own soda breads, buy this new cookie cutter thing that Gavin's just made.
That.
There you go.
It's literally magical land where dreams come true because everyone loves a biscuit.
Yes. You know,
Made jam. Oh, yeah.
oh man.
Anyone used to do this thing where they make their own they make their own sort of jam biscuits where they like get 2 McVitie's and put jam in between.
No.
The chocolate digesters ones.
No, just plain digestives and put jam.
Yeah, I used to do that when I was young. It used to be great.
Yum.
That.
Which delish.
I've still got a lot of timing to do on this one. This one. Oh.
Right. More boring filing.
Just when you think it's finished.
I was going to talk about one subject here, but I think it'll probably bore everyone to death.
Let's hear it.
Nah, best not.
Okay. Who wants to hear a joke?
Go on.
A German man goes into a British library and he asks to borrow a book about the war.
Right.
And the librarian goes, "No, you lose it."
Had more laughs going to dentists.
I love that one. Love that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
That one.
Look like a Smurf.
Yeah. Smurf. Smurf. You want to wear your Smurf outfit?
Yeah.
I met Bill Williams actually a couple of years ago. And I also saw him swim his his sports relief challenge.
Oh, wait, he's from the thing, wasn't
Yeah, because he was going around red. That's bloody awful. Yeah.
he?
Thanks, Nick. Nick, how is your Edward coming along? I believe you're doing a G-scale model of the TV Edward.
G-scale. Ooh. Mind you, I've actually seen a G-scale version of Edward actually on the Garden Railway. It looked pretty good, as well as G-scale versions of the Scottish twins.
Well, Sean's making one, isn't he?
Well, he's making Gauge 1 now.
Well, oh yeah, Gauge 1. I think Nick's doing. I don't know. I still get confused by Gauge 1, Gauge 2, Gauge what?
Didn't know there was Gauge 2.
Is there Gauge 2?
I don't know. Is there?
Gavin seems to think so.
What's that?
Is there a Gauge 2?
There is a Gauge 2, yeah. But it was phased out real quick.
Why? Why? I don't. Was it? Was it not? Was it not even enough? Or was it? What? Were they trying to keep with the odds or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I've also heard Gauge 2 was like another country's name for Gauge 1 or 3. I don't know. It's a bit convoluted.
You're right, Tom.
Yeah, it's just this grass is really hot.
Ah, right.
Don't mind me if I scream. You know why?
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna bite the bullet here and just throw in this subject here, which I wasn't gonna talk about, but might as well. It's what? You don't know what it is yet.
I don't care.
Okay.
Go on.
All right. I was gonna talk about my audio series, Miniature Railway Adventures.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna ask, like, does anybody in the chat listen to it, or has ever watched or ever read any of the stories?
I've listened to it. I quite like the I know you talking a bit about this in the chat, but I quite love the really depressing
the birthday one.
The cigarette as the birthday cake.
Yeah, Gavin did the artwork for that one.
That was so.
Well, it was I can't remember what it was really.
It was like a Ricky Gervais kind of.
Yeah, basically what the story plot is that one of the characters, it's to be honest, I'll tell you what it is. It's actually loosely inspired by a Magic Roundabout story I heard, but not with the cigarette though. The cigarette thing was my idea, but it was the idea. The story plot was that one of the characters.
Sorry,
one,
yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the characters in the books, it was her birthday the day before.
Oh, Florence. Big name is.
Yeah, Florence was the character. Yeah, but but in my story, it's the character's called Jane.
Okay.
So she it was her birthday the day before, but everybody had forgotten about it. Because they all thought it was the following week, but it turns out it was the day before. But anyway, so she was very upset about this here, but she tried to grim and bear it, like all this here, but it was I wrote down the thing about her presents, like some gifts that she got, like, so it says the only present that she actually received on her birthday was an old handkerchief that a relative who she'd never heard of before in America sent her. And it wasn't even, I even wrote the thing, it didn't even look like a handkerchief. In fact, it looked more like a bedsheet sample torn out of a samples magazine. So, and then I wrote down, like, her parents, who were away on business trips, sent her a birthday parcel, but it was lost in transit. So they couldn't, so she never received it. So she said, so again, birthday without presents, okay, she can get by it there. And then the one that was the very appropriately saying here, the cake topper for this one here was that for her birthday cake, she couldn't afford it. She didn't have enough money to buy a birthday cake, so she had to make do with a small fairy cake, a small plain fairy cake. She didn't have any candles, so she had to make do with using a used cigarette for the candle. Using the ash as the flame, and so when she makes a wish, she just blows the ash off, and she says, so it says in the thing, like, even though it tasted more of like tobacco ash than cake, she made the most of it. And I was like, yeah. Every time somebody has read that story, I say to them, read that story, they get to that bit and they literally go, "Oh, mate, seriously?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "What was going through your mind at the time?"
Yeah, because you're usually quite a happy person.
I know, but there's like. There are some things you have to write things to make it a bit more interesting. You know.
You know what's funny? Your story reminds me of a girl I knew from uni.
Gee, she didn't let it use.
No, but she had a similar thing where basically she organised a Secret Santa.
Right.
And everyone else had presents. She was the only one that didn't get anything.
Oh shit.
Someone had obviously got confused, and yeah, so they had to quickly on the night try and think of a way of getting just finding something, then just wrap it up, and that was it, really.
Oh. But yeah,
I'm gonna watch this anyway. So
I've kind of taken a break now from Miniature Railway Adventures for a bit now because my science is quite is quite tackling there. Plus, I'm also waiting for the narrator for the next story to
boxy thing.
to get ready.
You still go down to the actual railway you based it off of?
Yeah, it's actually based on a real life miniature railway, which is located at the bottom of the Ostfolk Transport Museum. And there was something about the atmosphere there I quite liked, and I thought, it'd be nice to make some stories based around it and create my own series. To be honest, it was actually mainly based off the Sword Island Adventure series. Like, with the Sith Power Rangers and all that there stuff. It was heavily inspired by that. And I was at one stage. I was tempted, but I didn't. And I even said this to Ryan. I said, we were going to have one stage there. We were going to have a Kala, and there was going to be an episode where we were going to accidentally stumble into the Sith universe, and just arrive at the time when everybody's fighting the monster and the beast from some holiday. There's some holidays earlier where they're all fighting the monster.
Was that where I played Igor? So I've only been in one.
No, that was crossover.
Good while away.
Louis, face me.
That bothered my throat.
Face me, Louis.
They were going to do a Power Rangers audio at one point, but it never happened.
Yeah, it's a bit of that.
SIF I had an idea of doing Sith Wombles
Stay, doggy.
as an animation.
The Sith one, well, that's good.
Yeah. But I had this idea that, I don't know, I can't remember what it was about. It was about there's a guy who wants to serve them in his restaurant.
Right.
Like we'd have Abraca Alaric or Tobo Excellent.
Right.
And Great Uncle Ryan.
Yes, I knew. I thought Ryan was going to play him. Yes.
Thank you.
I guess play Uncle Nobbit.
Leaning up. Inoko. I can't think actually. I don't think I was going to. I think I was going to do a special where he just appears.
Right.
Sith Wombles or Inoko visits or something, but it's like I don't know. That could be an idea for a future project.
Actually, that does sound like a cool project. Actually, I would love. I would back that.
And I had this idea. Gav was going to have a character called an Echidna who's a milkman.
Right.
An Echidna.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Well, that's the Sith Wombles idea.
What's one that involved laxatives?
What?
Completely different audio story. I was going to do this adaptation where before Thomas joins Sodor,
Yeah.
the Vac controller tries to buy an engine at an auction.
Right.
He ends up losing the bet, but then the person who bought the engine he was bidding for,
Right.
he then invites him around for dinner to try and negotiate buying him.
Right.
So what he does is he invites him down to his house and it has a new chef and things, and this chef played by Gavin,
Right.
who does his Signalman impression.
Right.
And he's like he's got no I think he's got no idea what he's looking for, so he's asked to make gravy for the stew, whatever he's doing. No, for the I can't remember what to make exactly, but the idea is that he looks for ingredients in the first aid box. So he's like just like that paracetamol. I think that's Octo. I think this is gravy. Laxatives. And the guy who bought the engine, he eats it, and he spends half the night shitting on the plane home. Yeah. You put laxatives in my client's gravy.
What was it?
It was very good.
The plane nearly crashed because it was so heavy.
They shot everywhere.
Ideas that can still be used.
Oh, hang on! I have to stop in here because I'm like mucking up here because I'm laughing so hard.
Let's hope this does it.
Right, so Nicholas has said, I'm doing a Railway Series version of Edward on Gauge 1. Oh right. So I thought you were doing TV one. My bad. Aiden, I was wondering what paint you use to make your models.
Oh, so fiddly.
I'm using the same as Gavin, but I mostly prefer to use spray paint. So that's grey brown. That's what I use to paint most of my wagons in. It's army spray paint. And yeah,
I'm using Humbrol 109
Same.
for my Edward, and used it for Thomas as well. So
but the amount of time it's taken me to do this, I don't know when Thomas is going to be done.
That's what I'm using for Thomas and Gordon and Edward.
Anything blue, basically.
Yeah, but this particular one. It doesn't spread so easy, but it's it's good in the airbrush.
yeah.
But hopefully, as you can see, this balance weight is on.
Yep.
As long as this runs without like conflicting, this one's going to be done. Front and back one that they have, even slighter ones, ain't going to bother with that because I printed it, but you know, it's a bit thick on the end. A lot of rework. I really ain't in the mood. So I'm going to move on to actually painting the chassis once this is done.
Cool.
The P4 chassis, balance weights can wait until another time.
God, it's taken me like nearly 2 hours, an hour to do this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This fiddle is anything. That's why.
No, sorry, but me.
People just ain't in the mood sometimes.
No, I was talking about my thing. See, modelling in brass, guys, is not easy. I'm gonna get that rest for a while. I've done the beading on both cab sides, which is so hopefully give a bit more. So I haven't got to paint the sides like Thomas's. I think his sides are just on the TV model. His are just painted on. The yellow frame around the windows, basically. Hopefully, he'll be a very happy engine once finished. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, he's not done this properly at all.
Why is it not level? No.
Well, the guy who made the Ace Products, who's made the Thomas model, oh my god. What's a pillock? Give a good look at what I'm doing. Yeah, like the cab fronts are too high up, and they align with the coach sides, which should be accurate. What's he done? Does he not get feedback from anybody who bought this? Right. I was hoping it was just going to be a simple plonk, put down and finish. Now it's all. Because basically, I don't know if you can see from over there, it's supposed to rest on the top of the tanks here.
Yeah, I can see there's a gap there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut the access off or.
Maybe try that.
But then you miss out on a lot of the shape of it, really.
But would you not be able to fix that there with some solder?
Well, I guess yeah, but unless I'm not reading the instructions properly. Shouldn't be that big. No, I don't think it should. If anyone's got the Hornby Thomas, then
Yeah, Hornby Thomas. I've got one here. I've actually bought a brand new one there.
Yeah. So my Tommy is basically the same as it's Ace Products as Iniit 2, so it should look almost exactly like the Hornby 2 once finished.
Yeah.
And there's just so much wrong with it.
take the body off now. Screw there.
Just letting that dry, in case anybody's wondering.
In case anybody's interested, this chassis is a fudge chassis, my own design, but it's not the fixed axle type, which is why you got this beam in the middle. And I think they run a lot better. These I find actually easier to build. They run better. You can adjust them a little bit. You just saw how it runs, so.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do the front windows on Thomas now. But for some reason, this kit only came with one pair. So what I've done instead is I've sprayed the window shapes on a piece of brass, and I'm going to cut around them. But first, I need to cut. I'm going to cut the hole in the middle. I'll find my drill piece. Anyway. Anyone?
There. Yeah. Hold that in place. Alright, let's see what way the tender is dried out. Might still be a bit wet there,
But anyway, I had a little walk down memory lane. I was listening to a lot of the old original sort of mini podcast that Sif used to do a couple of years ago.
Oh, aye.
So I found Alaric, and it's him talking about, you know, it's like a kind of yearly. Everyone did one where basically it was.
I think I have Alaric's one now, but I haven't heard anybody else's though.
And I just forgot how I love he's eating pickled onions throughout it. It was so. Like it's just I don't know what it is. It's something quite soothing about listening to him chamming while eating pickled onion.
Aye.
Epoxy thing.
Epoxy resin.
It's thinners.
Oh yeah, by the way, Tom, that silicone there arrived the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the resin though hasn't, so I'm still waiting for
I
those.
bought some. I'm surprised you got yours because it said on the website that the seller was away. I've just seen how I look when I'm drilling. It looks like I'm wanking.
Nice.
Nah. Alright, Patrick Savage is in the thing. Good morning, guys. Well, it's good morning to you, but it's good evening for
9
us
o'clock.
because it's about 9:10 at night.
Good morning. Or
So-
good night.
But apparently, I think since Patrick is watching this here, mate, I've seen your videos regarding to your Farquhar build. Look, it's coming along really well there. I only went through a few parts of there. I did hear you were shouting out, giving a shout out to me about some questions about what was it about when the original Farquhar branch when it stopped exhibiting. I think it was when it got dismantled. I think it was in 1967 that it got dismantled. I can't remember, but man, I probably would need to look over my folder again. But Farquhar Mark II was first exhibited in 1972, so that's as best I can think of. So
Now this is a bit that's going to take hours to do. 'Cause I've got to drill. I've got to make the holes big enough. I've got to do it on each side. FML. Why do I have to be an O-gauge brass modeler?
I could always make that a plastic card.
No,
Proper nom nom, this is.
it's shite.
Well, he's eating the soda bread. I mean the chocolate Thomas.
Oh, nice. I've eaten all my Easter eggs, so basically what I'm doing, here's these ones that came with the kits. The idea is that these go on the outside of Thomas's cab front, making the circle windows, but for some reason there aren't any back ones, so I'm having to make those from scratch. So what I did basically was I spray painted these over a piece of brass, making the silhouettes, and all I've got to do is drill out file out the insides and cut around the edges.
Okay.
It will be a long job.
Let's see, there's anything else I should be doing here whilst I'm waiting for that paint to dry.
Night, guys. We'll chat on a future stream. Okay. Night, Max.
Alright, Max, see you soon.
Good night.
Might as well just check my Twitter, see what's happening.
Anything interesting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone on Twitter has seen this, but I've recently acquired a new wagon.
Ooh. I'll be looking really sick here. Hold on.
It's Lima. I think it's all Lima.
I'll say Lima.
Lima.
Oh, the tow brake van, yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that.
So far, what I've done is I've changed the plastic wheels for metal ones. I put weight in because it was just a hollow shell. So I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to what color to paint. So I might paint it the rest like the other wagons, you know, the grey, the dark grey, or the grey brown, or
Yeah, you could always give it a coating of like a black wash or something.
yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
You never do.
I didn't think.
Eh?
Hey.
That's that noise.
I'm building.
That's old.
It's old, isn't it? I see what I was watching the other day. Actually, I was watching your video with Adam, where I think you ordered like two. I think you ordered like two takeaways by accident.
Yeah, I remember this one.
That was hysterical.
It's pretty annoying. It says no longer affiliated with, and it's like, well, it still went through.
How's that work? Like,
I don't know. But they both arrived at the door at the same time. It was like, okay. It's a bit stuffed.
literally.
Alright, I'm just looking at something here regarding to
So, anyone on the anyone who's watching the stream listened to me and Gav's podcast last night?
obviously I'm sure there was like some parts where they had to be taken out though, because I mean had to be because I think Ryan said it was somewhere around about 3 hours long or so, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's edited it really well, actually.
Yeah, he's done a very
Wow.
good job actually.
He's done it amazingly quick as well.
Yeah, that's what surprised me. Like I think I was like, you know, God Almighty, he's done that pretty quick. Like I mean, I thought these things were taking
Got a lot of time on his hands
yeah.
for a nurse. I remember the first time I said that to her in Wales. I said to him, "I used to work in a nursery." And he was like, "A nurse? Fucking what, man."
How many we got in the chat?
Sorry,
How many do we have in the chat?
18.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Aiden says, "No, I've not seen. No one's heard it so far.
Last time it was like 3, wasn't it? Something.
No, it was like 16.
15 or 8 or so, I can't remember.
This is taking forever. And all I want is that brass bit there.
Have you got a coping saw? Or piercing saw?
I do, but it'll just take. Oh, I don't know. I might leave that for a while and just try.
Why not work on something else on Thomas there apart from his cab?
That's true. Work out how I can work out how to get the roof bits. This is just.
How is the Thomas Waiters? It's very delicious.
Have we tried the face yet?
What you're watching here is a chocolate demonstration of how the U2s were broken up.
What a shame.
Big thank you to Nick. No, that's how the boiler was taken off for restoration.
Yeah.
That never happened.
Yeah, because somebody kept eating it.
Well, it was.
You're eating the boiler, Steve. It's so tasty.
Well, it was LBSC chocolate brown. So.
But mate, you're on a diet. We'll start Monday. Do you remember that, Gav?
I do.
That was actually it was like an old thing that was originally was going to be in the biscuit thing sketch that we did for the 10-year anniversary thing. It was going to end with Gavin wearing two chocolate digestive biscuits as glasses, and I'd say. And I just look at the camera. I says, "Gav, stop that!" And he's like, "Stop eating the bit. Stop making about those biscuits here. And stop eating them for heaven's sake." Oh, right. I'll start Monday, or something like that. There, Gav, you meant to be on a diet. I'll start Monday. Couldn't be okay.
I love Peter Kay.
Yeah.
Right. When you think of the chassis, it's not there yet, but it's a lot better than being white.
Let's see. Oh, aye, that's lovely.
It's not there yet, but it's getting there. I mean, I'm just thinning the paint. I'm just blobbing through the spokes before I paint the wheels properly, just to get behind it. Also, ideally, you paint it before you put it together, but
yeah,
I'll just go on with it.
These products has done a really bad job on this. Thinking because someone's made a Thomas. I don't know what he's done to think. What's he thinking? Does he not check before he makes the pieces?
I don't know.
Does he not before just giving them out, expecting us model makers just to know what we're doing? There's some modelers, some people out there who just sort of think, "How's the Thomas White House?" I'm pretty sure it's delicious.
I just said that. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yum yum yum.
Nom 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 nom.
I'm starving. And
Oh, yeah, I should have said to you guys. I should have said to you, Tom. I should have brought some snacks.
I bought a drink.
No.
Actually, no, I've got these. It's fine. I've got these things.
I told you, stop eating them damn things.
It tastes like what's it about the cheese?
So just corn puffs then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Where's that box? Right, here we are. I could probably stop painting the wheels, actually. Now, this kit of this Edward kit that I bought, or my dad bought me. It didn't come with the kit with the original K's motor in it. In fact, it actually has a brand new motor fit into it, and this is really smooth, really smooth motor. Absolutely fantastic. It's all geared as well, which is pretty awesome. So, just give you guys a real look in there. So,
This is going to sound silly, but I'm going to have to watch this stream to see what you've been showing everybody. Because I'm looking at this.
It might not show up that well really on camera, because this is an old Logitech webcam I got from I don't know, way back in 2008 or 2006, or maybe was it? Yeah. Maybe I don't know, somewhere during that time really. So I'm surprised that it's lasted this long really.
Right, Ginger Person says, "Have you thought about just recutting the front of the cab?" Yes, but the thing is, if you look here, they they fit together like that. So what I'm worried about is if I do that, how much of the original detail how much am I gonna have to cut off? Will it look too small? Will it look inaccurate, I mean.
Right, I think.
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, though. I might have to because there's no way of fixing it. Oh, that's annoying.
Might use the bow pen for this next bit.
Yeah, that's the thing about bow pens, and I've never really been that good with them.
It's just, I think it's just a matter of practice, really.
Do you get satisfaction out of using it?
Okay.
Do you get a lot of satisfaction out of using it?
Yeah, because I mean, my straight repath Thomas there, all its lighting was done with the bow pen, and turned out that it was
Just
quite
getting the
good.
consistency of the paint right.
Yeah, that's basically what it
Trying
is.
to
Yeah.
support your arm when you draw. That's the hardest thing.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
don't want the paint too runny, because if it's too runny, they just dribble everywhere. You need it to have a certain amount of thickness to it, so it
One
stays
thing I
in
find is when you use transfers, they just have that kind of weird glow, so it looks like they've been put on rather than painted.
What, the carrier film?
Yeah, I mean, I've got this, but I don't know if this will do anything. The Microsol.
Yeah, I've got that Microsol and Microset. Yeah, that's worth doing. I mean, they make them softer.
What I mean is, like, when you put it up against a light, it has a reflection. It kind of makes it more noticeable, if that makes sense. If not, then I'm just mad.
I think you mean the carrier film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way to, well, I don't know how to hide it fully, but I mean, usually when you varnish your model, whether it's glass, metal, or satin, it tends to hide it a bit if you do it right.
Oh, Ace, I have no idea what you were doing.
I bet after the stream here, you're gonna send like a very angry letter to them.
Yeah. I might have to improvise a bit with this piece because I had a picture of an E2 or something. Like, actually, Gav, can I see the front of your Thomas, please?
Depends on that paint in my hand.
Once you finish painting,
I'll show you now.
just want to see how big the
The smoke door took off though. Needs to get a new data for it because that's a bit of a
Okay.
bit focuses.
Well, I just mean where the cab windows are. Right. Okay. That's looks just about. That's cut right.
Mm.
Can I?
Ah.
Unless
I mean, I've not done the grills at the back. I don't dare to actually. I mean, I've glazed them, but really, I need to add the.
I guess
bars,
actually,
but
can I see
I'm
the
going to
side?
make something to stick to it.
Can I see the cab sides quickly? Sorry. Just wondering whether how much to cut off and keep if I want to make it fit my. I suppose you do cut off because otherwise, if I kept it like this, it'd be a bit too high up anyway. So, but I don't see why he didn't just cut it the right shape anyway. All right.
Right. Almost there.
Almost there.
Sort of painting in between there where it's white. There's thin mixture. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Who wants to do some mud wrestling?
Eh?
Just more.
Joking.
Did I hear
So
right?
shape where
I
his
could
foot
have
chassis
sworn
is.
you said. I could have sworn you said mud wrestling.
I did, yeah.
No,
not
I think
available.
Mrs. Cratchit just beat me.
I've had a lot of words. Just someone.
Whitehouse, can I mention our little thing we're doing with the loco?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm designing a chassis for Whitehouse Films' Percy. I don't know if I'm building it yet or not. Maybe, maybe not. But either way, I think people will be interested when it's done.
Ah, Nicholas, you could make a backing piece and fill the gap in with filler. I was thinking of doing that actually, but just now. But then I thought, when I was looking at Gavs, and actually I realised I think I'm supposed to cut these down a bit. Actually, it's just annoying that I've got to do it myself, and it wasn't actually cut already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do once I'll tell you what. Since I've got. It's going to take me ages to do this anyway, so I'll just solder the ones that are already cut out onto the front plate, the front cab plate, and
So yeah, carry on there, Gav. What were you saying?
sorry, yeah, so I keep stopping. Right.
Oh, that's it. I just basically, I was going to leave it there, and if you wanted to mention any more, it's up to you. I just wanted to say
Well, I'll tell you what.
Stop.
If you have the model there, Gav, why don't you show everyone what the body looks like?
they want to borrow it off you.
Yeah.
Make something else, Gav.
2 seconds.
Make some biscuits.
Just put that there.
What you're about to see, guys, is if you were lucky enough to see it last week, see one model last week, this Percy model that Gavin's that he's making the chassis for me here, or designed the chassis for. It's going to be for both my Percy's model in Brass Engines, but also for Reverend Awdry Percy that I'm making.
Yeah, so the body shell itself, I've not designed or made, but I will be designing one.
No, the body shell was made for me by 2A Rail and as a really private commission, but it was originally meant to be fitted onto a Bachmann chassis. But there we go. But I had different views on it there, so I decided to change it there in a way. So thankfully 2A Rail was kind enough to let me have the file, and I just added the foot plate and buffers and all to it there. So that's my replica.
That looks really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Percy's ghost.
Actually, that was the model that you saw. That if anybody saw my Halloween video, that was that was the original one that he sent me, that I bought from him. But it was during the shoot of that, it fell off the set and. Anyway, the model fell off the set and it smashed on the ground. So I had to ask him for a new model. So
Out of interest, guys, if you've seen Ghost Train,
Oh, yes.
who do you think's narration for the episode was better, Ringo or George Carlin's?
I'll have to go with Willie Rushton.
Well, apart from Willie Rushton, but I meant the bit where he goes like, I'll chuff and I'll puff and I'll break your door in.
I think I'll go for Ringo because he puts more effort into it.
I prefer
No offense to anyone who likes George Carlin.
George Carlin's version. That freaked me out a lot when I first saw it.
I'm
Like,
just
actually-
biased, I guess. I like most.
I
but
thought his ghost voice was more scary than Ringo's, to be honest.
Right. No.
But yeah, you can't beat Willie Rushton. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you're not Willie Rushton, then you shouldn't be a voice actor.
I'll chuff and I'll puff and I'll break your door in. Oh.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Johnny Morris is quite good too. I like doing his voices.
Oh.
Come on.
Yo, dear.
I like Johnny Morris's trucks and wagons because I don't know what he was playing at, but it's kind of funny when they're going down the line going.
I always kept thinking Johnny Morris's wagons. They just sound as if they're just fed up with everything. They're just like, oh, we're fed up with everything. It's just so boring. Oh, it's like the noise you make when you wake up when you have to go to work on Monday. Oh, I have to go to work. I have to do all this. You sit at a desk.
I don't know what noise you make it.
Oh, it's just so boring and all. And then you have to get down and doing all this here stuff. And the boss comes around and never gives you a promotion. And then he sacks you for doing all the work that you're meant to do. And he gets all the praises. No, that's never happened to me really, but there you go.
Well, it's happened to me today after what I did today. Because I fucked up.
I don't think so.
No, I did say at work. I really did fuck up.
You said the F word, oh dear.
Oh, who fucking cares?
Don't worry, I'll put the warning at this video anyway. So
Sorry, guys. It actually goes against what I've just said on.
Well, to be honest, we are past the watermark anyway. So
yeah. Actually, if anything, I've kind of gone against what I said in the podcast. I said you don't need profanity to be funny, and profanity is not always funny. So I've literally just gone against that.
yeah.
Right, so we've got our P4 chassis that you saw before in the previous video, probably, I don't know, half a year or something ago. And then you got an 001 with a much bigger motor. Although, yeah, they're kind of unsimilar anyway. Wait for that to dry, I'll weather it slightly. And that, hopefully, will be it, apart from one little wire I need to add there, the brakes.
Nice.
Obviously, I need blue wheels as well.
Right, you see, when we were talking about voice actors or narrators were on it. Is there any? Have you ever tried to mimic a voice actor, like not Thomas out there, but like Forever Works?
Ooh, I have tried to mimic Willie Rushton. No, not Willie Rushton. Johnny Morris.
Yeah.
I've tried to mimic Ryan.
Well, you do a good job at Ryan. I'll have to give you that.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
You do a good job.
I tried to do Gav at one point. Didn't work.
Yeah, he's bad, isn't
He's good, ain't he?
He sound like Davey trying to play Gavin. That's actually great.
Oh.
He's bad, isn't he?
No, let's see, voice actors I tried to impersonate. Well, I tried to do Ringo for Kudak Triple 8.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wash my hands.
And for your video, of course.
Yeah, you did an impression of me playing Tang.
Well, that wasn't an impression. That was more just a little spoof included, like a.
I didn't realize you threw that in there actually until after the video. Sometime after the video was uploaded, and I was like, "Oh, he's done a Pablo reference. That's pretty cool."
Well, I thought it'd be funny because I thought, like, if anyone who watches, he knows that White House Films is also in Pablo, would find it funny.
Yeah, I do. Ooh. I play one of the main characters, Tang the orangutan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I sort of do this type of voice, you know. This is Tang here. Hello.
Yeah, I played you a game on CBB's website. And I was just like, it's my.
I know. I had to do that there. I that was like one of the last things I had to record after the first series, and I was like, okay.
Only one thing to find. Only two things to find. Oh, great! You're amazing.
Well done.
Well done. You're amazing.
Oh, back.
Oh, there were so many people I tried to impersonate. I tried to do Frank Spencer and things. Like,
oh, hi. Good afternoon, Mr. Spencer.
Oh, he sounded like Montgomery Burns there for a second.
Oh,
Oh, hi. No, I'm sorry, you got the wrong number.
Yeah,
This is
Mr. McGovey Burns. Suppose I've got a rock in my pocket. Yeah, sir. I know, sir. I can do.
I've waited 25 years for this moment. Then it plays like some battle cry, and then Waterloo by ABBA comes on. Huh? I'm sorry, I must have taped over that. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, I love that episode where Lisa gets married in the future, and he's like,
Oh, he's genetically frozen.
and he's like, yeah, but I love it when he's like, they're trying to sit him down, and he snaps him off.
That was very good. Smithers, I don't think I'm able to come to these sort of arrangements here. Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark.
I think with my bones. Oh, I love it when he's like, you know,
What about the checkup? The checkup where he gets that checkup there. Your man tries to get his blood sample, and the needle goes right through him. He goes like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you should try the old righty arm. I think I remember seeing some blood in there the other day."
Why did you take my blood? Yes, I'm old.
So, Miss Burge, your test results come in, and I'm surprised to see that you've done all this. It seems to be all these sorts of weird chemicals going through your body, which is quite generic. Some new diseases that haven't been scientifically been given names yet. So what you're saying is I'm indestructible? Oh no, sir, you're definitely sick here. I think you should stay in this hospital permanently. Indestructible. He just leaves the room. He's like, "Ooh yes, indestructible."
I've been strolling through the gas one day.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello.
That's right. Make honey. Honey for your children. Fools! Yeah.
Who else I actually wanted to try and do one time? Brian Truman. He's a good voice.
Sorry?
Brian Truman. You've heard him voice acting, yeah?
Brian who?
Brian Truman.
Truman, I think. Remind me, what's he do?
He does a lot of the Cosgrove Hall stuff. He does Stiletto from Danger Mouse, as well as a few other characters, and he's Nanny from Count Duckula.
Okay, I'm not.
He's the hench. He's a couple of voices in Wind in the Willows, including the hench weasel.
I know that David Jason's in Count Duckula, but I've not actually watched it.
Oh, he plays Count Duckula.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like him in. Oh, okay. That's a voice actor I don't really know, unfortunately.
Oh, well, apparently he wrote some of the Thomas episodes actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think I read somewhere he wrote some of the Thomas episodes.
Well, the really bad ones.
No, some good ones. I think from series 6, I think.
That's like I said, the really bad ones.
Hey,
Like I said, the really bad ones.
hey, series 6 is not that bad.
Naughty nose.
It sounds like they're trying to. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like they're trying too hard to. Just go back to the books. Just rewrite them.
Well, to be honest, it all took place literally right sometime after Magic Railroad, so.
Yeah. But not long
It
after
was a
that.
stupid episode, but I liked Percy's chocolate crunch.
Yeah.
Horribly.
That was good.
Yeah.
I've never been this dirty.
You try getting a woman. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah, you're right. You're okay.
I love them.
Yeah, I should be doing some more work here, but I'm just waiting for the
I've
pen.
nearly done that one, I think.
Let's see. I might give this a sanding here and just do another.
Let's see. What am I? Yeah. Front bit's nearly done. See, that's how it should be done. Nice, easy, simple. Simples.
Simples.
Met de meerkijk.com, completemarket.com. Simples.
Pretty
So
good impression,
we are going to launch our new website. Okay, Sergey, hit it now. The computer is not working.
Can you see that weathering, or is it not?
Is it not working?
professional?
Yeah, I see it there. It's good.
We've seen you know the guy who voices the meerkat is also he's also what's it? Geordie Michael from Alan Partridge.
All right.
Yeah. If you see Alan Partridge.
I've seen a few clips of that. I haven't really watched it a lot, really.
Oh well, I'll tell you, I'm very disappointed in you, Michael. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Alpha Palpa? It was in the new show. This time,
I've seen clips of the news show. I'll give you that. I've seen that
That's
there
a
where
good
he plays. There's one bit where he plays like an Irish guest or something, and he says like, well, I better get off on here, but first I'd like to give you a song, and I was saying like, no, well, I don't think we should do that. Then somehow he just starts bursting into song. He's like, oh, okay, now you're singing.
Okay, now you're singing. Oh, okay. I love Iron Partridge.
Yeah.
Lynn is a sex people.
Right. Here's a good question. Here's what I can say here. All right, Patrick, see you soon then, mate. Let's see. What was I going to say? Well, you know how you guys were talking about all like the old SAF audios not there. What was your favorite out of the lot, really? Like in terms of listening to, what was your favorite?
I think for me, it's the diesel and the steam engine.
Oh yeah, love that.
I hear you like jokes. You made a good joke about me yesterday. I laughed and laughed.
Rickles are a big bastard.
I laughed and laughed and laughed.
I love that.
I love the end. I love the ending to the Dainty Work episode there, where it's just like and Stevie smirked with triumph. You just hear this evil music coming in, and Stevie's just like laughing like very evilly. He's just going
Yeah.
and now it's just going like Stevie.
Yeah.
I just love that.
I heard it first time in Wales 2009. That's when I first heard it.
Aye.
I think you were there too, Gav, weren't you?
Yeah. Sure.
We were watching Solo Rail Car, and we listened to the audio. It was so good. The first time I heard it was like we just laughed our heads off because of Chris's voice is steamy. Just loved every
Oh, it's never going to be the best of friends.
Oh
Question for
God.
So I'm
Yep.
going to show something.
Well,
Looking like a bag of poo, because obviously I've got some
oh, so that looks pretty good.
of the paint in there. But
I'm just gonna show my Edward there. There you go.
Have you ever used one of these? Did anybody else use one of these? For
That's
that?
my Edward there. Yes, I've used those. Yeah.
I'm very sorry if our voices are putting you guys off.
I'm going to show people, if they're interested, what it does. Basically, you connect it to your power. So that one's connected.
That was good, Mike.
Yeah. Those look very good. That's progress on Edward so far. I'll get rid of that red bit on the side road say later on here. So.
300. Okay. Actually, I think the red looks good, but it's up to you.
Well, it's not on the original model, so
Oh, okay.
it'll have to go.
Are you a rivet counter, Mike?
No, I'm not. I've never. I would like to though, but they didn't count me in. The sale wasn't. I wasn't accurate enough.
You don't know how many rivets. You got a long way to go.
Ew. No moving chassis.
Right, we're back in 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Oh boy.
Strange sound.
Yeah, maybe I might start putting the red on. I'll do another colour blue maybe later. Right, that could do with thinning down.
Oh, that's what the noise is. It's a flywheel spinning on the phone. Oh well.
Yeah.
Try that. Might work. The contacts have got paint on them. Now I'll get it sorted. I know. All right. Good old Vice. This is going to look a bit strange, but we're going to do it anyway. Right, so we'll go with this. See if this works. Plug the motor in the Vice. In fact, no, I won't have to put the motor in, just hold the chassis. That's it.
Yeah, guys.
Right.
Right.
Oh, so Gav, you just cleaned the wheels, yeah?
Yep. Because it was rubbing on that foam pad, the flywheel was just, wasn't doing any favours. So I've got it in my Vice now. Just hanging, literally like a cantilever.
Just checking the time now here. We'll see if we can get finished up here around about 10:30. All right.
Okay.
That's it, you Gav?
Yeah, could do longer though if you want.
I would though, but
Eh?
I would though, but that's not.
See if that's running nice again.
If anybody was wondering what I'm doing, I'm just painting the buffer head.
Seems alright. Just put some weights on to mimic the body. Get a more accurate reading then. Seems alright.
Well, yeah, I was actually meant to ask you, Gav.
Yep.
I think we talked about it before, but the wheels I've got for Thomas, these ones, they
Yeah.
have no isolators on inside the wheels. It's on. I think we were saying it's on the axle.
Well, I don't know because I need to have a good look at them.
Okay.
But the thing is, that little slit, if you look at there's like on the axle, there's a nice slit, isn't there? It goes all the way around.
Yeah.
3/4 of the way in. Does that go all the way around?
What do you mean, the split?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes all the way around.
Because it's likely a split axle, which means you split it, then you insulate it and join it together again. So each side should be independently, not joined basically. That's how
Okay.
it looks to me. But obviously, I don't know if there's any paper washers that have been put between the tyre and the cast wheel or what.
No. Could there be?
I don't know, mate. I'd have to have a look at it. A question for people in the chat. What do you think of the progress so far and what you've seen? I put the what do you call it, the sandpipes on, painted it, just roughly weathered it, put the middle balance wheels on, cleaned it, and it's running again. That's where we're at.
Looks really good.
Yeah, very good.
So I need to paint the wheels blue, really, but
Chat's very quiet at the minute.
Right, so I've done the front three frames of this. So I'm not sure I'll do the back piece. Of course, these bits aren't done. And I want to keep this as entertaining as possible.
For that homemade jam, I also made. Well, dump some in here, put some hot water in. It looks minging, but it still tastes good. Nice and
Homemade?
easy drink.
Yeah, do you not make homemade jam?
Oh, I do. We have a crab apple tree in our garden. Crab apple jam is amazing.
Yeah, never tried it.
It's the sweetest and best apple product you can out there.
I sometimes pinch crab apples from the canal when I go walking. Nice and sour, I eat them. But then again,
They're amazing.
the thing is, I eat this stuff and all.
Lemons.
Exactly.
Love them.
Saxumas?
No,
But okay.
no.
Right, let's get in there.
It kind of reminds me of Merlin, the Great Northern Railway engine. Yeah.
I'm amazed all of you are actually watching still. I mean, when you watch live stream, what else are you doing? Are you modeling at the same time, or are you
Someone said that they're currently working on a model, but could be
or are
wrong.
you enjoying yourselves while we're sorry.
A bit old.
They probably may have fallen asleep by this point because that has happened before.
Really?
Well, something like that. I think it was like somebody. I was in a Skype call with someone, and somebody fell asleep during the call. It's like everybody just stopped talking. I know all we just hear was somebody just going.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's brilliant.
I was like, flip me. I was like, and then we're like,
Right.
has he fallen asleep there? I was like, oh, I think he has.
I miss MSN though, because what it used to do was there'd be a nudge button.
Oh, aye.
You can't do that nowadays, can you?
Right.
Well, things are nudge. I mean, you get a Facebook wave, but it's not really,
Yeah, it's not really.
quite a nudge.
Let's let me think here again. Box I'm talking about, sorry. Hi guys, I was gonna say, although I've got one coach still to do, I've done the roof for it. If you remember last time, it was in red primer. It's now. What the hell's happened here? Okay.
What? What's wrong?
Oh, there was a smudge on it. There we go.
Ah.
Now grey. Like my other, the Clarabelle coach. So once I've done these coach kits, this coach kit here, I will have these three to do.
Cool.
I'm tempted between having them all teak and having the odd old coach color coach, or having just this lot as the old coaches.
Good mixture.
Well, yeah, I've only got three.
Oh, we'll do one of each and see which one you like best, and just buy more of them.
What I was going to do originally was do like the whole row of whole train of teak coaches, and have one odd coach out. If that makes sense. So I was thinking either the old coaches, or maybe a Victoria or something. Or
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll see. I'll see what the public think, or what I think. Well, the public can say there is old mainline coach is what I would do. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of having. I would love to have at least one in O gauge, just because they look amazing. And I'm still surprised. I never understood why they never got used again after Series 1.
Probably maybe they got damaged or something when they were put in storage. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what would be amazing is we've got a writer here. You could actually somehow
I can't.
incorporate them back into it. Yes, you can.
I can't.
You can do anything.
Well,
It's up to you. Oh, no, it's all right. Don't worry. Well, I mean,
well,
it'd be amazing if they could come back at some point, just for old time's sake, or like a background
Michael has certain rules to play by.
I know.
I mean, I can't. I don't know if I spoke. Who I spoke to about this before, but it was actually interesting about the fact that one side is green and cream color, and the
Yeah.
other the tan color. Because my original thinking was I thought they with the orange coaches in Series 1, I thought, or the tan coaches, whatever they're called, I thought they was those attached to the old coaches,
Yeah.
and they would just change the routes.
But it's not. It's just a whole different
Yeah,
switch altogether.
I didn't realize that it was the L and the Artique on the other side,
Yeah.
which can only be seen in one episode. But does anyone know why they didn't use it?
I think it's just maybe because maybe they want to match it like with the others. Or maybe,
Well,
maybe the green stood out better.
I wonder if they, because I mean the thing is you can't even see it in the pilot snippet. Like they use the green one. So what I was wondering was, is there could be some Series 1 footage, original footage with them in teak. You never know.
Well, you do see footage of them in the teak colours in Edward and Gordon,
Yeah.
but it's only for like a brief second, like, so you don't really see much.
No. Shame, really, because it's quite interesting. I mean, it's always nice when you see them in old media. Like I remember when I saw Gav's Sellafield for Power Plot episode for the first time.
Oh, that was my favourite out of the lot.
Yeah, that's my favourite too, actually.
Loved it before he made the new ones.
Like the first time I saw the codes, I kept thinking, "Oh shit, he's made them."
Yeah.
And I hadn't, obviously, because you don't really see them apart from Series 1, but when you see them in different media, you kind of think, should I start again? So it's only when you saw them again for the first time and you see them.
I've modified them very slightly.
Yeah, because they're
Because
They're not-
they're
ratio coaches, yeah.
so they're smaller.
yeah, they look like they're. It's weird. No one actually knows what they're based on. I think they're just a bunch of old World War II coaches or something.
Or maybe they were scratch built ones, because I know some of the running stuff from Series 1 were like second hand scratch built ones.
Hmm.
One side mouse.
Wait. Oh, dearie me.
Anybody got any questions for me?
No.
Okay.
I still really want to make a rake of old mainline coaches myself, like somewhere between 5, 6 of them. That's a good number. I think there's only 3 in total, wasn't there? Or 4?
Yeah.
If anyone's wondering what I'm doing, I'm cutting the inside of these, the beading to go around the back window of my E2 Thomas cab. Because for some reason the kit only came with 1 set of 2 and didn't include the ones for the back. So, because I think the idea basically is that there's these holes that punch in, so you can put the rails on the back. But I've decided to actually be brave. So cut these out, solder them onto around the window, drill new holes, and then put the bead through it, and then put the rails through it again. If that made sense. Hello, Railwayman. Oh yeah, Gav, you still got the old coaches?
Yeah, they need a bit of work. I mean, when I built them, I struggled to get them to run well. Got some working okay.
Why don't you? Why don't you
They're a bit
actually?
damaged.
You could always remake the chassis again. Like, well, you know, make 3D print versions so they run better.
The thing is, I brought this a while back. I ain't built it yet. It's a Stroudley. Right. So when I do get around to building this, essentially, well, I say it's brass kit.
Ooh.
When I do finally get around to building that, that would be my test to decide if A, I can build them nicely enough. B, if I want to, but I think I will because, like everybody else, I like the Season 2 Stroudleys. So that's my tester. If that goes to plan, I'll probably buy some of the other coaches from the same company because they've got quite a good range. And they've got plenty that would suit the Season 1 and Season 2 teaks. And obviously the old coaches.
Yeah.
I like the Roxy moulding scratch, but in O gauge, it's like 80, 90 quid each.
That's because you model O gauge, Tom.
But the coach for Annie and Clara, they're like 60 each, something like that, 58.
Yeah, it's just normal. It's O gauge, isn't it?
Not quite.
What do you think of the wheels, guys? There's some missing bits where I've missed, but most of it. Obviously, yeah, I still ain't got the balance wheels on the front. Sorry, the balance weights on
The
the front.
middle wheel looks a bit. I think it's because of the lights. Looks a bit sloppy, but it looks
I
good.
think it's a conversation.
There you are.
There's little patch bits.
I'll stop being stupid. It's not being obvious. I want to try to save the brass, but yeah. Just to note, guys, when you cut things in brass, when you cut them out, be careful because it does bend the brass on one side.
Yeah, I don't know how to get past that one yet. Every time I get the tin strips out and cut it, I get that problem. It sort of bends it. It's like this. Bit of a pain.
Do Small Brook Studio not do? They do actually, yeah. Yeah, the Small Brook Studios.
Yeah, I know, but they look like they're a bit bendy.
Well, they are made of.
Brass, anyway.
The guy, he makes them out of resin.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I was thinking of getting a set of those myself because I was doing LBSC at the time. And I still am, just differently. I'm now kind of
I
gone.
might try a set out. I mean, obviously I like resin because I work with it, but I quite like brass as well. I would like to get into etching one day, so I can make some brass stuff for nickel silver.
Same here.
But at the moment, I don't know. I can't seem to find a 2D like drawing program I can get on with, and I don't know what I need to do for etching because you have to have different drawing thicknesses or something. I don't know.
I've seen a progress. There's quite a lot to do.
It's different discipline.
You have to have a sort of product that eats the brass.
It's like an acid of some sort.
And you have it on an acetate paper, basically.
Yeah, that's the etching. It's usually different sorts of acids. I wouldn't be interested in doing that here. I just mean getting the drawings finalised for a company to do it for me.
Looks like I'm wanking again. If my jokes get a bit too much, guys, just tell me to stop.
I mean, we've tried, but it didn't seem to work.
You know one thing, yeah? Out of all these chassis kits that I've built and all the ones that I've modified, and etc., I still have yet to date paint the wheels before you put them on the bloody chassis. I just cannot seem to get used to that concept that it's best to paint them before you put them on. Or just take the little bits, wang it together, then paint it after.
Oh, so that's why I'm different because I spray paint all my stuff. And
yeah, but how do you spray paint wheels without getting paint on the bloody tyres?
Which is
I don't fancy masking the tyres up.
Well, you can mask it off or do what I do. I just get some airbrush cleaner, put on a bit of cotton wool bud and just scrape around the edges. Then get a foam board and just slightly scratch it off.
Guess it's an option.
It's really up to you. You can do whatever you want to do.
Really up
to you.
Yeah, one thing I always wanted to know, Gav, was like, you know, when you made the old coaches the first time.
Yeah.
It always made me wonder, like, you know, how did you get the idea to actually use those ratio coats in the first place? Because
Simple. I looked
Like-
online. I was like, what looks like this coach? I was like, oh, that'll do.
I just remember thinking, like, what made you want to make them anyway? Because I kept thinking, it's after that episode, everyone else has started building them.
Well, without sounding arrogant, that's how a lot of things have been. It's like, you did a lot of things and you see it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, the plastic cast faces, I don't think was at first, but it might have been. Once I've done that, other people have done it.
Well, enough, Sean.
Maybe Series Duck, other people done it. Henry, other people then done it. Gordon, same thing. It's just, you know, the smoke, crazy talk. Not the first to do smoke or crazy talk, but I think I was one of the first. But yeah, I don't know. I've obviously I must be doing something right if people want to do the same.
What's quite funny about that episode is, you know, the snippet when you see Gordon's face and he goes, "I just can't understand why he gave me the bad job."
Yeah.
The sun light changes, and it looks like his face is getting redder.
I've never noticed that.
It does. That's the first I noticed when I saw it. I kept thinking, is he getting crosser and crosser?
I mean, I've made the sunlight change on purpose in later episodes.
Yeah, because you've got to change the white balance.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch episode 7, the director's cut, at the end towards the station, I sort of obviously went a bit overboard there, trying to get a sunset effect. And if you watch episode 8, the bit where Gordon gets rescued, that whole scene onwards until the complete end of part 1, I purposely made the sky go more sort of yellowy, and I put the contrast up so the dark bits were darker. So when you watch it, at least for me, it looks a bit creepy and unnerving. I did that on purpose, as if there's like an eclipse, a daytime eclipse, so you get that funny, shadowy look to everything.
Oh.
I don't know if it worked or not. I mean, to me it worked, but that was something I done on purpose to try and. It was the end of the day, so I wanted it to look like the sun was setting, but also to create that sort of ominous atmosphere. So obviously everything went tits up. I think it worked.
I'm just thinking. There's not a lot of. But then again, I'm drilling the holes in the back, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Maybe. But to be a very thin piece. I don't know. I'll take a risk. I mean, a lot of people are going to look anyway, unless there's unless the. I don't know. Yeah, Mike. You know when you exhibit your layouts,
Yeah.
do you get a lot of kids asking questions like about your models, about like why Thomas hasn't got a face on or anything, or
Why's Thomas not got a face?
you get any kids crying or get upset or?
No, though I did have one. I did have one kid come up to me and he was showing his friends out there, and the mother says, "Oh look, there's Thomas." And the kid just went like, "Oh, that's a railway series, Thomas." I was like, "Wow, this kid actually read the railway series."
It's privileged.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah. Sorry,
No,
sorry that voice is annoying everyone here, but that child voice.
Was that your audition for Tang?
No. So, funny enough, Tang's the voice I did for Tang, my audition voice for Tang, that was actually the final item, really.
Really?
Yeah, I just did Tang's voice in one go, and they said, "Yep." Well, I was called. I was called back a few more times until they said, "Yeah, the BBC love you."
Yeah. Also, to give a little shout out, I've got to say, David, who plays Awdry in the Sith audio, Sith production, so it's his birthday today.
Yes, I forgot to say happy birthday, mate. Davey, if you're watching, happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday.
Have a good one, mate, or rather, have you had a good one? It's a bit late now, isn't it?
I think he's probably had a good one. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. The birthday will probably tell us in the morning.
Well, I gave him his birthday present. He lives just down the road from me, so.
Oh, that's cool.
This Sunday coming up in 2 days, my birthday.
Oh yes.
I get really old then. 34 I'll turn. Oh dear.
You're the same age as Ryan, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a month or two older, I think. But yeah, basically the same age, pretty much.
Yeah.
I turned
Oh
27.
shit! Sorry,
I turned 27 this year, so
I'm 27
So
now.
I joined SAF like when I was bloody 22, I think.
wow.
I was still in the army when I joined. Yeah,
Well,
I
I
left the
joined.
army when I was 22. So, blimey, time's just gone.
You sounded exactly the same as you did back then, though.
Yeah, my voice didn't change much, I know.
No,
But my face has got a lot grislier.
I mean, I was like 13 when I was around because I was on Dan Snell's old form.
Grislier.
Yeah, I remember.
But then I joined Stiff, and I think I just turned 14.
Baby. Oh, I enjoyed that.
I'm trying to remember how old was I when I joined SF. I joined in 2010, I think. Because first of all, because the reason why I joined SF there was because all the other model forums were all becoming very silent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I joined SF there just for the sake of being, because there was another, just to find another Thomas modeling page.
Okay.
So plus somebody had constantly been asking me, like, saying, you've got to join SIF there, it'll be great. And I was like, well, I don't know, I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I got lost in SIF when they.
That's why I guess nicknamed SAF City. SIF City.
Yeah.
Tip City.
Back in the day, it was nicknamed that.
Yeah, I got lost there. I remember trying to find a map, looking for a map to find my way around.
I found Sif because I was trying to find information about tugs.
All right.
Like I found because I only had the one VHS. It was it's the one with ghosts, trapped, and high winds on it. And then I went online to learn more about it, and only to find out there's only like 13 episodes made. And then I found Big City Port, the tribute site. I think it was back then. And I found Sif from that, but I didn't join till sometime later because then I found the fan site.
Yeah.
And I watched the read-ups.
Yeah. Love the read-ups.
Yeah. I think and what's quite funny now is that, from looking for tugs, that's how I found Sif, and now actually working as part of the trust is actually quite bizarre, really. And it's now the fact that the guys on Sif actually own them.
Yeah, I still find that shocking, really.
Yeah. And they can move now as well. That's quite cool.
Yeah. You see, because I remember I was down when Sean and Ben finally got with Lily's light to work, and I was there, and I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome.
I was there, wasn't
Yeah, you were there as well.
I? On that Sunday.
I remember saying to Ben, I says, Ben, out of all the models that you have, that you guys have, I says Lily's one was the one I really wanted to see have a light working again. It was just amazing. But it's like when they were working out there, they were learning new things as well as to how the model was built as well.
Yeah.
So like Lily's rigging is actually the feed cables leading up to the light.
Is what, sorry?
The rigging on Lily, the big black lines out there, it's actually the wires going up to the light.
Okay.
Because I thought the wiring for the light went up like through the tower.
Yeah.
But apparently it didn't.
That was something I wanted to ask you actually, Mike. But so change the subject about lighting.
Yeah.
I saw on your Hornby Thomas you had front and back lights.
Oh, why?
Do you think how small were they, or how big were they?
They were green and wheat bulbs. I didn't install those. In fact, those they're now pulled off now on that model now because I'm using that model now for my Crash Thomas for branch engines. So, which reminds me, Gav, I might need to actually request some parts to be ordered from you.
That's okay, no problems. For which bits?
Like boiler fittings and so forth.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm not very chatty. I'm just concentrating on the paint. That's all it is.
Yeah, same as well. Same for me.
Did you finish your big order, Gavin?
I did. Right, the day that I put it on Twitter. Have a look at that. Might stick on SF and all actually.
Well, the reason I was asking about the lights, by the way, Mike, was because I wanted to put like a front light in my Thomas when I put the lamp on,
Right.
and maybe because this is where's the box? Where's the potato?
Whoa.
I definitely looks better with the balance weight. As messy as I've done it,
It's a
still
box.
looks better with it.
What I was thinking of doing, because this box has got the this was made by Twitter user Tomix, by the way. He's made a set of O-gauge lamps that look just like the Marklin version.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I should put a light inside but then again, and it only comes on when it moves, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then you can buy little battery packs.
Wash my hands.
So you can have like a little battery box inside of Thomas.
Okay.
And,
One thing was because I'm going to have the arm mechanism in there anyway, and the motor.
yeah.
It might be a bit too snug, but I'd like to be able to have a light for him or something.
Yeah.
But again, it might be a bit too much to ask because it is O-gauge.
Yeah.
It's a bigger scale, but not quite big enough. Well, I've been doing this for like 20 minutes, been cutting the eyes out.
Right, so I've just now finished painting up all the blue parts for Edward now. So I painted all the wheels, painted Edward's body and tender. Got the red for the buffers now there. So I'm just gonna let the paint dry now, and yeah, that's pretty. I think, like I said, like we're gonna probably finish up around about 10 minutes now. So
Okay.
we'll.
I'll still be doing this, but hopefully by next time we do the stream, this cab might be done.
Yeah. Right, I think I might treat you guys to one more, to another little branch of engines properly. I've shown this on. Oh, hello.
You had a prop and you ate it.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what's left of there. But yeah. I'm going to show you one of the buildings. I'm going to show you guys one of the building structures for branch engines. This has been seen on Twitter before and on SAF, so it's no big surprise. But it's nearly finished now, so I might probably maybe finish that off. Actually, let's see, I got my
Alex Fogg.
let me see. Have I got any white paint here?
Oh, so did you get the bits, Alex, from Spark Shop here?
Yeah. Just get some like just like funnel, safety valve, stuff like that. There,
Oh no, sorry, I was talking to one of our users.
Oh right, sorry. No worries. Give me a second.
You don't care, did you?
Right. Oh, the car balance weights. Very good for putting weight inside. I forgot I was going to paint the inside of that black as well, because sometimes you can see the running plate, but never mind. Do it later.
Yeah.
Let's get the chassis back on.
Oh, this is hard work. But again, this is detail we want to have. So my plan basically is, because the hole's already drilled out on this place here for the handrail, the window rails. Once I've stuck these, once I cut these out and stuck onto the inside, I'm going to drill them out again on the outside. Sorry, on the inside. Hopefully the holes will go through, and I can then put the rails through them. If that made any sense, because I'm not very good at explaining it when I'm on live.
Right, so I've got some
Wheels
white
will
paint.
need another clean because there's some paint on the treads, but
No worries. Let's see, is this paint?
Ghosty.
Okay.
See if it does it. Yep, might be some sparks.
Right.
Yeah, twat.
Let's see. Will I be able to start that? Okay.
Knackered, did I? Ah, that's what it was. The sandpipe bent.
All right.
In the actual way, that's why it fell off. It was my fault for bending it and not noticing.
Silly bugger.
No, so. There's a good clean.
I know we asked this question before, Mike, but what was the restriction about having Thomas exhibitions and things? Like, I know there's some places that doesn't allow a Thomas there because they're worried about copyright and things.
I don't think that's possible. Like, I mean, it's not. Because it's a model that's already been made, or because I've seen somebody made a Hornby 00 Thomas out of an N2, so I don't think there's an issue with that really.
Because my train club's under the impression that if you have to have a Thomas, it can't have a replica face or a kind of a, because it's all down to copyright and things. The kind of the accurate TV face or anything, or it can't have a number 1. Like for example, because my club does live steam 5-inch gauge trains, and sometimes when it's in public, they obviously pay for the train rides.
Yeah.
So if there was like a 5-inch gauge Thomas, for example, wouldn't there be some sort of controversy there? Because obviously you're using their brand.
Well, if it's being used for getting earning an income for like at a public event and that, then I would say that you probably would need to consult somebody who's in link with the copyright holders.
Yeah.
But if you're doing if you're exhibiting a layout with Thomas on there, I don't think there's an issue with that.
No. Okay. So not even if the people who run the layout.
If it's not to make any money in that there, that's go right ahead.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. It's definitely not to make money. Not at all.
Right. I'd say you have no trouble at all then.
Okay. So not even if like you exhibit a layout and you're given a.
No. I have no trouble at all. Really, I have no trouble at all. Right. Okay. I'm just going to show you guys some props, two building props which I'm making for Branch Engines. Which I've made there. The first one is literally the cheapest one I've ever made, and I'd say cheapest because it's literally made from a toilet roll tube.
Oh dear.
And this is it.
It's
a lighthouse.
Arctac.
It's a lighthouse.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to appear in the background, but also, if I get this to sync up right, hang on.
That's it. We've got a smooth running back.
Let's see. Turn her on. There we go. It works.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's gonna appear as a background feature.
I like
in the film.
I like the detail on the top where it's like you can see the motto.
Yeah, that's just all like hand drawn. So like you can just see it like.
Now what's the mortar? What it's called?
Mortar
in the bricks.
Yeah.
Mortar pointing.
Yeah, mortar pointing. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So yeah, that's just
done that.
Ah. Guys, Luke.
Gav?
Just needs balance weights to the front and back when it can be asked. So.
That looks awesome, mate. That looks so awesome.
Oh.
I mean, obviously, it doesn't look any different to that, really.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
It's not chassis now.
So just double check, mate. Why are you making two E2 chassis?
Well, one of them is for P4, the other one's for not.
Yeah, so I'm modelling both.
I get you.
Right, so what's this paint?
Yeah,
I still have this paint here. Right, we've got 3 minutes left on the clock here, so I'll just show you guys what this thing is.
Weird how you spend hours and hours and hours on the same thing.
It gets annoying. It gets boring, but
I mean, I wasn't expecting this to be a rush job, really.
Yeah. Right, here's the next building here. You guys have already seen this here. This is Farquhar Sheds. So I'm just slowly going through the painting stages of it now. So It's all been weathered up here. So what I'm going to get done here is to get this the white barge boards things here on the top here painted up. So let's see if I can get that done quickly here.
I do like those sheds very much. So,
Yeah.
just in case anybody's curious about what P4 is, I'll just show you briefly. I won't steal your bit. Just afterwards.
Why do you have to fall in love? What? You know you're tearing me apart. It's funny that turned out to be I think that was one of his original songs, and then he uses it
For the tug theme.
Yeah.
Right. If you look here, right, this is the difference between 0 and P4. They're both 4 millimeter to the foot scale. But look at the wheels.
Yeah.
This is educational to. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad that even though on my case, it's taking me a while to just do one little tiny job, but if it's helping you guys out in whatever you're doing, then we know we're doing our job then.
That's basically the difference.
Oh wow! Actually, is this actually educated? Actually teaching people? Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Same as if you check these two E2 chassis out. Compare the wheels. One on the left's P4. One on the right's 0. Obviously, the wheels are wider apart. The wheels themselves are thinner, and the flanges are thinner. Well, obviously, it means you've got to build your own track and change all the wheels, which is why it's a bit of a pain. But they do look better and they can run better.
I've got it.
Things set up properly.
All I got to do is get some regular scissors.
How's this for a bargain? 3 of these. Right.
Yeah.
They're all P4. Somebody else built them. Done a pretty good job in my opinion. And, the whole lot for 25 quid.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
There you go. Do you remember when I was making my Hornby ET with the Thomas model?
Which one? You made loads of them.
Well, I mean the first one, and I asked for a set of Slater's wheels or something, and I asked for 3, and I thought they were going to send me a set of 3 wheels.
Yeah.
But no, they just sent me as in 3 sets of 2 wheels on each with the axle. No, they just sent me just 3 separate wheels.
Well.
And I was trying to make a whole model. Oh, I had word. Right. So I cut the inside out. That should be enough space. All I've got to do is cut the rim out, cut the edges off, and
Yeah. Right. Okay, guys. I think we've hit our time now here, so we're gonna have to finish up now or wrap up.
Broad gauge people. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. P4 you can have it in any gauge you want. It's just a modelling standard, really. Yeah, I just read the chat. I didn't notice it. Oh.
Okay, so that's those barge boards now painted up on the far across shed, so it looks all nice now.
Okay,
So-
guys. So again, I'm sorry about today. I was hoping to be able to do something a bit more exciting, where I could put the frames, the coach frames together, and build the basic carriage shell. But hopefully, if we do again this time next week.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if we will do another one next week. I might take tomorrow. Might take next week off, but maybe the following week.
Yeah, sure.
If that's okay.
That's fine. But either
Not
way,
sure if we can next week.
hopefully, well, I hope that the next time you come watch us, on my side anyway, there'll be something a bit more exciting to show you.
Yeah, and I'll probably have more work done on Edward here, so just to show you guys what he's like so far now. So that's him all in his blue so
But
far.
I mean, if anybody who follows me on Twitter, is there anything that in particular you'd like to see, or that you think I should do for next time? Or, of course, you can message anybody else who joins our stream. Just say whatever you think will be quite interesting. If there are any questions that you want answering, just we'll be happy to do so.
We'll eat this eventually.
Yeah, that's one giant tomato.
Why don't you just do what you did to your white metal E2, Gav? Just smash it.
Oh, I'll not do that.
So, but yeah, also as well, like for me as well here, what would you guys like me to model next time here? Should I just make a standard kit, or would you want me to make something that will feature in branch line engines, or like an item for that there? I'm more, I'm happy to do that there. But doing so, it might also have to give you guys some spoilers as well. But it's to show you guys like how to do certain models and that there. So I'm all up for guesses out there. So once we finish it, once the stream's now finished, just leave suggestions in the comments saying I'll do like a tally up there, and I'll put them through to the guys here, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning into this week's. Yeah.
Sorry, Karen.
All right. We're just gonna wrap up now here. So yeah, guys. Thanks again for tuning into this week's edition of Modelers Corner. It's been great having Gavin and Tom here. We may start off with a few technical issues regarding to getting Gavin on, but we've all sorted out now in the end. So yeah, it's all been pretty good. So thank you much, guys, for tuning into the thing, and also thank you to Tom and Gavin for joining me today.
Of course.
Thanks for inviting me.
No worries at all. Yeah, so so who knows who we might have in next time's stream at Modelers Corner. So all that's left for me to say is thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and happy modelling, whatever it is you're doing. Take care, guys, and see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yep, I appreciate it.
Okay, let's go.